He said, hey, look. He said, hey, look. He said, hey, 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 hey.
Welcome to the Snark Tank. You're about to get your ears glazed by the great Chris Rogan, Derek Blackman, and Tom Sweeney. Sit back and prepare for some action. Sit back and prepare for some glazing glory.
Welcome to the Snark Tank podcast. It's me, Chris Rogan. It's him, Tom Sweeney. It's him, Derek, some black guy Blackman. Look, he's drinking his Coke.
I'm Tom Segura.
My Coke.
In your coffee cup.
This nigga said, did you say
I'm
you're
Tom Segura. Who's that again?
Who's Tom Segura?
Bald comedian. Bald, Spanish. Wait, not Spanish. I forgot actually where he's South
Filipino?
American. He has a South American mom. Your Mom's House podcast. Remember him?
I know who that is. Yeah, I like that guy. I actually like that guy.
I like him, and I mean, one reason I like him is that he's kind of backed away from the Rogan spear. He doesn't. I hardly ever see him because I think he was like, all right, things get a little bit too weird because he's a normal hip hop loving comedian that's not like, oh, let's go. Everything's great now that it's Chudsville.
Let's have violent sex with Joe Rogan while he's sleeping, and then wake him up. Let's wake Joe Rogan up with a nice fellatio every morning.
Dude, Joe's been going hard in the paint, dude. He's been going hard in the paint.
Yeah,
Like,
he's...
Do you see he had this billionaire villain on?
I did see that.
And they were like, dude,
Yeah.
you want to talk about villain Max? And motherfucker's like, hey, you know that. He doesn't say what the agency does, but he's, hey, this agency, you know, they're trying to debank people. And Joe Rogan's like, what? Oh my goodness. And like, this company has given billions, tens of billions back to regular people because, you know, banks obviously just rape people.
Yeah.
That's just what they specialize in. And this guy is on there, this bald Lex Luthor.
He looks like a villain, literally.
Totally.
It's truly insane.
And he does that weird sniffing thing. Like, I think the Coke sniff.
Oh, of course.
He's like,
Of course.
He's doing this-
If you're that high up and that evil.
he's talking and he goes, and I was like, okay, this is, and everybody's like just acting like this is normal. Like Joe just like, oh my goodness, I can't believe they're so evil.
Jamie, roll the gang rape.
Who's the person that Trump called Pocahontas?
Oh, Elizabeth Warren?
Elizabeth Warren. That guy was saying, yeah, she thought of the idea. She doesn't run the company. But he's like, she runs this company. It's all liberals. If you're a conservative, they're gonna debank. I was just like,
Don't they just protect isn't it literally the consumer protection? Like, what the fuck is that?
it's something
thing?
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember the acronym, or not even acronym,
Yeah.
but like just the abbreviation.
They basically
of what
get
it
you
is.
refunds when a company screws you over.
Yeah, they basically they're like so mainly and notoriously stopping banks from fucking people in the ass so hard.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking, I know we've talked about this on the podcast a few times. I was just thinking, wasn't it really not that long ago when banks were like the root of all evil to the average stupid person, where they understood that like, oh,
Right,
it's the
yeah.
banks.
Occupy Wall
Some of
Street.
them went overboard and they were like, the Jews. And I was like, oh, whoa.
Well, there's
reel it in a little
there's
bit.
a through line, but like also chill, you know.
I was like, reel it in just a little bit.
It's like
we're
it's
close.
Like, it's like when you're doing a mission and you get it done, and you're like, I'll try some more stuff. I'll see if something else happens.
wanna
And it's
see-
like, you finished. You got an objective done. You don't got to go for the extra 20%. And
It's
like,
so fun. It's so fun just watching literal supervillains just go on the podcast.
It is fucking hilarious.
I was like, I never imagined we'd be here, but hey.
Yeah, I don't know.
Weird.
Do whatever you want. Like, I saw it, like, there were a bunch of people like, it was like, oh, are you annoyed that Joe Biden is pardoning his corrupt son? And I was like, there probably would have been a time that I would have been. Like, at this point, though, it's like it's a clown world. So
Things
like,
would have had to be
fucking do
so
whatever you
chill.
want. You could, honestly, at this point, you could, as a politician, go on stage and twist a baby's head off and drink it like it's a sports drink. And I'd be like, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
whatever.
With the pinky up and
He's like,
everything.
there's going to be no consequences for it. So, like, who cares?
Like,
Who
just,
gives a shit?
what makes it bad? What makes it bad is that like,
Oh,
this is
okay. No, we're good.
This is gonna set Trump up for some fuck shit because he's gonna meet this with even more insanity.
But
Whatever.
do you think so? I
Yes,
feel like
100%.
he was gonna do that. Or like
He was gonna do that already, but he was gonna be like, "Well, he pardoned his son, so I'm gonna pardon all my rapes. All 13 of them, I'm gonna pardon them. I did it 13 times, in fact, but you can't hurt me anymore."
So he was already gonna do that, but I guess he would just say as an excuse, even though he's gonna pardon everything that has anything to do with him, obviously. But like, man, fuck you. What is this? What is this? Your energy sucks.
You're so apathetic.
Anytime it's like, all right, let's try to work in a bit in this thing. And this guy's fucking huffing and puffing. It's like, oh God, we gotta work. Oh man, we gotta talk about things.
You're so obnoxiously apathetic about politics. We
gotta talk about something I don't want to talk about.
How could I be? How could I not be?
Because it's therapeutic.
I just feel like we're a comedy podcast. We can work in bits. For shit, instead of being, I want to talk about politics. I'm like, well, how about
a bit?
You're very good about you're very good with your Trump impressions. You can always work one in. You can always work one in.
I hope.
Anyway, happy birthday!
Yeah, Chris is nearly 40 now. It's crazy.
It's crazy. Dude, you look fucking fantastic for 47.
Yeah, I'm 40. I'm 40-13. I'm feeling great. That's 53, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's how it works.
That or 4,000 and some change. So yeah,
I'm 2011.
That's fucking stupid. Don't say that again.
That's like when people say like what. I always hated it when
how many months old is your baby?
Yeah, when people would be like, "Oh, my baby's like 49 months." It's like, shut the fuck up.
I always want to hit them.
It's so annoying.
I always want to hit them.
I want to grab their baby and shunt it into a different reality. You did that to your baby. Now your baby's somewhere completely different by itself.
Like at a certain point, I get the weeks thing.
Yeah, if it's less than a month.
Yeah, yeah.
To me, even like say, because you can say like, oh, my baby's a month and a half years old, or sorry, just a month and a half. A year. I said years.
That's still right. I think
technically, but not really. You should just say, I guess my baby's a month and a half. My baby's 2 months old. My baby's 3 months. Yeah. And when you start getting this, 36 weeks, and I'm like, nope. Shoryuken, just like
the baby, make the baby suffer.
36 weeks is such a stupid. I don't know. That always bothers me.
My baby's approximately 4 weeks and 38 minutes years old, and I'm like, oh wow, that's crazy.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna crush your skull. I'm
gonna release a wild chimpanzee into your house where you're not paying attention. I had a
shaved chimpanzee.
Oh my god, I had a dream.
No, you didn't.
This is the craziest shit ever. I had a dream. This is like fucking wild.
This is Sweetie as Martin Luther King.
I had a dream
and it was fucking wild.
I just picture you, all those people in a Washington
in the same art style, I guess, which is reality.
And you're just you're fucking with your hands like.
I had a dream. It was fucking wild. White children and black children could get along in harmony. It was crazy.
It was insane.
It was insane.
It's not real at all. It's never gonna happen.
Oh, before we get
all the whites. Kill them all. Kill them all. I'm Kingston Jameson. Kill them all.
I would not say that. I love white people.
He would say that. If we
I like Chris.
He's white passing. He's not white.
I'm white.
He's white.
I say white passing, but you're not. If you got,
look at that. I'm both white and white passing somehow.
It's gross.
You know what I mean? It's a very weird existence.
I guess. I mean, yes, you are. I mean, anyone who didn't know you would just be like, yeah, it's a standard white guy.
Yeah,
so fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Fine. I love like reluctantly.
I don't want to be.
My girlfriend's arbitrarily white
with brown and black people. Feels good.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we got the white host. I don't like that.
Before we continue, I do want to say it is my birthday. I got a gift from a viewer of this and Sacred, Edwin Castillo. He managed to, because I voiced on Twitter, I was like, hey, I couldn't grab one of these 30th anniversary like PlayStation like old style gray controllers, and I was like, damn. He was like, oh, I got one. I'll send you one. It's like, cool. So he sent it to me. I had to make sure
there wasn't a bomb in it.
Well, I had to make sure that my address wasn't on the box.
Oh.
But so he sent it, right? And it was here. So here's this.
Let's go. Let's fucking go. That is beautiful.
Let me hold it side by side.
That is beautiful. I love these motherfuckers, man.
I know.
Oh, it bothers me so much.
Bro,
This convinced me to get a P.O. box, I think. I'm going to just spring for one.
Yeah,
this is amazing.
Scumbag 2.0. Because
I'm not allowing that. I'm not allowing that.
It has to.
Because this is someone else's face. That's why we can't do that.
That is an exaggerated.
It is an artistic. Technically, it is an artistic representation of somebody else's face. That's not really a photo.
And they always exaggerate them. Because, look at the guy's canines and a lazy eye.
He looks like
There's no way that the chick that got assaulted was like, oh yeah, he had a fucking lazy eye that went this way, and
you don't know her experience. Stop.
Fangs.
Stop. But also,
I mean, this guy probably they probably brought this guy in and he looked like fucking Saitama. And it was just
especially
dark.
depending on where this was, because I'm sure even if every sexual assaulter
stop holding that up. It's really
dude, that's so fire. It's so funny because it's like we went to a carnival or something and they're like, draw me fucked up.
What's crazy about it is that I opened the box and the eyes were the first thing I saw. So it was like peeking out of the box. I was like, and I recognized them immediately.
That's amazing.
It's like me without any of the good.
It's that's Majin Yu.
You're pure evil.
That's Majin Yu. Why you?
So, okay. Compromise. So it's not going to be the next scumbag drop, but it will be, so we'll have it'll say pure evil under it. That's just guy.
I don't know if we can use that guy's face.
We literally can.
I think we can.
I don't
we
know.
Literally
if it was
can.
a photograph, I don't think we could.
Well, not as a photograph. That's a depiction of somebody that is probably a criminal.
But it's a depiction.
That sexually assaulted someone. I don't know if that's okay. I'm not
absolutely okay.
I'm not saying this because it's a picture of me.
We should just have it just say wanted so we can spread the word about this guy.
I love it.
That way we're doing a moral good.
Look, I'm not
compromise. That's the true compromise.
I'm not saying this because it's a fucked up image that looks similar to me. I'm saying this because I think, for serious,
we're helping.
It's not okay.
Did you not just hear Chris?
I heard Chris, but I know Chris. What
does that mean?
Because I think this is my human side. Be like, this girl got imagine she sees this again on somebody. Is this crazy?
Okay, let's be
real.
real.
A party and everybody's wearing that.
If she's actively online a lot, she must have seen this already because of how viral it went.
I think it went particularly viral on Counter because it looks like a demonic meme.
But she doesn't know it. There's no shot. She doesn't know anything about it.
Any of the fucking 2010 paranormal movies where someone gets possessed by a demon.
Yeah.
If I got possessed by Baphomet, I'd look like that. That'd be like a frame. I look exactly like that. With my canines elongated and one of my teeth deciding to depart.
I love this so much. It saddens me that you're not as excited as I am.
I think it's really funny, but I also think someone went through a really traumatic experience, and this image being on a shirt by a bunch of 3 dumb fucking idiots.
Let me put it this
that
way.
are gonna make money off of it is not okay. I think that's not.
We'll sell it for free.
What's wrong with you? That's even worse, technically, probably.
Okay, so then, all right, so that's worse. We'll make money off of it, so it's better, right?
Yeah. It's all right.
Look, guys,
I got you.
I don't want to be involved in this one. All right, I won't take any of the cut of this.
You don't have to watch.
You guys can take all the cut of this one, so I can be completely exempt.
We're gonna put in cursive at the bottom right by Sween.
I would have to take you guys to court. I mean, I'm like, look.
I feel like we've done and said things so much worse than just using a hilarious drawing of a psychopathic rapist.
You could have stopped. You could have stopped, and you were like, "Let me just fill it in more." You did the thing with the Bengals, and then the Jews.
I sure did. This
thing really is so crazy.
It's just
so.
Special.
Thank you, E. Castillo for this because this cracked me the fuck up when I opened it because I was just excited to get a control. I was like, sick. I love this thing.
And you were like, "Yay!"
And then I laughed. So it was a good little.
I love that, man.
Yeah.
Can I talk about the dream I had now? Because goddamn.
Oh yeah,
that's right. You were saying you had a dream or something.
Yeah, where you woke up as that guy.
So I had a dream where, for some reason, this is crazy because I was an adult me again, or I think I might have been maybe younger, slightly younger version of myself.
No.
And I was with my grandma in New York, and for some reason, a bear came into my apartment building I used to live in, and my whole family was like in the house with a bear inside the apartment building I was in.
And everyone was acting normal?
And I was terrified because I was like, it's a bear. That's dangerous.
Yeah.
So the whole time I was trying to let my grandma get into, like, usher my family into, for some reason, a bathroom that was the size of a classroom. I like, hey, grandma, come in here. There's a bear out there. And then I tried to call the cops. And for some reason, I dialed 911. And then it went to, if you have an emergency, press 1. If you have, and I was like, what?
Oh my God, that's crazy.
And then I was like, what the fuck's happening? So I got to this guy, and I was like, there's a bear in here. And he was like, it was like, it's fucked up. It was a fucking Indian man, like a telemarketer.
Let's go.
Like a telemarketer. And I said, even in my dream, I was like, this feels racist. I was like, this feels racist.
I love it.
I was like, this is racist.
An Indian telemarketing dispatcher
Yes.
at a police station. That's crazy.
What is your emergency?
I was like, there's a bear in my apartment. Please come soon. I'm sorry, what is the problem? And I was like, no way.
I'm sorry.
I was like, no, this is not happening.
What did he say?
He was like, I'm sorry. What is the problem? And I was like,
What is the problem?
I was like, there's a bear in my house.
Well, why are we going to call the cop? What are they going to do? Arrest the bear?
I'm gonna shoot the bear in the face.
What are you going to call then, Chris?
The bear police.
Smokey the Bear, fucking Paddington, come and kill him.
The bear police.
Paddington, George Floyd's a regular bear. That's insane.
Paddington with his
Orange marmalade and
with his arms, with his marmalade and his knee on the neck of a real grizzly.
Oh my
killing
God.
it. And everybody's like, that was. For some reason, Paddington has him pinned. And Paddington's way smaller.
Paddington's mega dense.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, he's like lead.
Like a fucking dwarf star, just like this.
This heavy as shit. When Paddington
Dwarf
wants to be
star.
dense, he's dense as fuck. It's all that marmalade. Paddington on his neck, he's on his neck for 25 minutes.
Bear 25. Damn, that bear was pretty resilient for 25
That
minutes.
bear was dead after like minute 2. After minute 2 was
He's
dead.
just still
But
there.
Paddington's just dipping his hand on
How do you know he
marmalade.
even died? How do you know he's not hibernating?
That's good. Good point.
But that dream was insane because I was
point.
trying, and then eventually the bear got into the classroom, and I was like, "Oh my God, someone in my family's gonna die right now. Who was it gonna be?
Who was it?
It was me. My dumb ass sacrificed myself. I was like, oh man, I like my grandma a
your
lot.
dream?
What happened? Did you like?
You were
did
like,
get
this is a
killed in your
classroom.
dreams?
I just got hit across the room by a bear and hit a wall, and I was like, well,
Were you still dreaming after that?
I was hurt in my dream.
Holy shit.
And I was like, well,
If I'm about to get hurt or anything, I wake up.
I have been hurt in my dreams so much, and it feels like I get like stunned.
You're like trapped in the fade, dude. What the fuck? Like I've usually people when they're about to get like hurt or they die or something, they wake
people
up.
like fall like large falls in dreams.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah,
were you hit the ground?
Yeah, you
I've
wake
hit the
up.
ground several times. I'm like, ah.
Holy shit,
And
that
it's not,
sucks.
and it's not like pain. It's like shock. It's like, ow.
You let yourself
Wow.
do that.
I don't think I
You do that to yourself. That's what your brain is doing.
Well, clearly, yes. But I don't want it to happen.
Yes, you do, clearly. Because if you didn't want it to happen, you just simply wake
you
up.
would just wake up.
I don't think it's that simple.
It's that simple for me.
I lucid dream a lot too, and I think that's what makes it even worse.
I don't.
Because halfway through the dream, I'm like, oh,
Well,
this
so
is
that's
a dream.
so that's why, because you lucid dream, so you know you're dreaming.
Oh my God,
So
this
you
is
know
a
you
dream.
can't be hurt, so it doesn't affect you.
Like one time I was playing
guess
Temple
maybe.
Run in real life where a plane was crashing behind me, and I was like actually live right Temple Run, and I was like, what is this?
Because I remember lucid dreaming once, and I remember specifically that was the one dream where I was like, oh, I'm aware I'm dreaming, and then I could just I threw myself off a building and like fell off a car, or like bounced off a car, and I was like, oh yeah, it's fine.
Interesting.
You know. But that's because I'm aware that like what's happening isn't real, and so like there's no.
I've never done that.
Yeah.
I can lucid
I
dream,
can't.
but I'm still on rails. I just know what's happening.
I pulled a snake out of the ground and ate it once in a lucid dream because I just knew that I could. And it tasted like fucking Lucky Charms. It was wild.
Maybe, I mean, you got to try it now.
That's okay.
My dreams are always like, oh, I'm in it. Oh, I'm lucid dreaming. This is a dream now. So either I get really depressed, it's not gonna happen anymore.
Wait.
Like, because like one time I had a lucid dream that like someone stole my identity and just emptied out my savings account and shit, and I was like, no. But then I realized, wait, if this was really happening, I would have killed myself. It's clearly a dream.
You would have killed yourself and not called the fucking the fraud prevention and got your money back immediately.
Fuck!
You fucking first hang right before you die.
Shotgun while I'm fucking.
That's such an immediate. That's such an immediate give up.
Yeah.
Why? Why so
He
quick?
starts cooking oil on the stove and waiting, and then
Waiting patiently.
No. You run in real time to the gun store.
how long till I get my gun?
The one up the street from my house, literally.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting? You'd probably be upset running to the gun store and be like, oh, you're going to have to go through your background check. And like, fuck, just fly 5 hours to Florida and then go get your gun and then blow it.
Let's go to a gun show.
Isn't crazy that is?
Go to a gun show.
I don't know if you can buy at gun shows anymore.
Really?
They tightened that down pretty
think-
intense. I'm sure there are some.
I'm getting a gun.
Because I know people who I know at least one person who absolutely just got it through a gun show with like no problem at all. It was kind of crazy.
Was it like recent?
This was years ago. This is like maybe like 15, something like that.
Okay.
Maybe even before then.
I think it was still kind of.
I'm getting.
And it was still kind of difficult then.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs. I just know things got a little bit more difficult in California.
Yeah.
But nothing. It's like when I bought.
I was in California to be
when I
fair.
bought a shoddy. Oh, it wasn't.
No, I think it was out of state for sure.
Oh well, I mean, fucking, you gotta state it.
Yeah.
It's hilarious how you could just stock up on. You can just be one of those doomsday prepper weirdos. So
I bought a
easily.
mortar the other day.
If you weren't in Cali, I would totally believe you.
Yeah.
I would be like,
if you were in Kentucky, it was like, where'd you get that mortar, Bob? Oh, the flea market.
I bought a child samurai and I have him in my basement. I'm training him.
That's insane. Child samurai.
I don't know, man.
Just to like mold into a perfect soldier.
I guess.
I love that. I guess he doesn't even have any plans.
I just kind of treat him like a kid now. He's a samurai.
The idea of you impulse buying a child samurai is insane. Like with no plan or idea.
Go to the Ren Fair and I'm like, oh shit, I should just get a child samurai.
Like the way that you would the way that you would buy like Airheads at a movie theater. Like, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I guess I'll
yeah,
grab
why
one.
not? I guess.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Put the child samurai in the bag too.
Put the child samurai in the bag.
How's it a child? So, isn't it implied that the
Imagine
parents
Musashi. Imagine Musashi.
Yeah.
But reverted to a kid. And
So
then
wait,
I
are we
purchase him.
Are we talking about magic now, or what? How did this? Okay. So you're saying like fully trained, like
Yes.
deadly, so much knowledge, and then it's just a baby.
Not a baby, child.
Okay, what's child?
He's
to you?
like 5'6".
5-6 years old. Okay.
At best 7.
All right.
At best. And he has all the knowledge of an entire samurai?
Yeah, he already lived life as a grown man.
Oh,
So this is a
now
magic
he's a
situation.
kid.
So
now
this
he's a
isn't-
kid again.
so
So I
this-
ruined
okay.
everything. So now he just has all the weight of the shit he's done in a kid's body, just sitting down looking at sunsets, being like, "What?"
You
the
turn everything
fuck?
into D&D, I noticed.
Oh, that's fucking insanity.
Yeah, it's magic. It's just like, all right, we're gonna take a bit because I was under the impression that you were gonna like just like this is like a business. It's like,
so I
hey,
can
we
just-
have children. We're training them to be samurai. You can take them.
So it's like I
they're
just
not
go-
done yet though. You gotta do the rest of it.
Oh, that's,
you know?
that's pretty good. I was gonna go a little bit more realistic, like say some traditional Japanese family, or like I wanna teach my son about our history. So and then someone stole the baby.
Would you? That's crazy. That's
And
crazy.
sold it at a flea market.
yeah.
Would you buy those little kids at the monk monasteries in China where they're just hurting them but training them to be like fucking weapons that are never gonna be used?
You say like would I buy
in
one?
real life? Yeah, would you adopt one of those?
Well, so if it was legal, yes. Like we were talking about it. We're talking about adoption anyway, like of having some, making sure we have this kid that makes us a stupid amount of money in the industry. And then we'll have one normal one that'll just like, hey, do whatever you want. Do whatever your heart desires. And then one other one, and we'll see how they grow up. And then we'll pit them against each other and see. We'll decide which one's going to be the favorite, depending. You know,
You're gonna be like a Dr. Fauci father,
yeah,
doing all sorts of this crazy unethical science.
and they're also gonna they're gonna have only beagles that are gonna be tested on
Only they're
exclusively as
gonna
pets.
eat beagles.
Yeah, they're gonna be pets for years, and then we're gonna eat them.
Yeah.
Like,
My children are on a steady diet of hot water and beagles, and that's it.
that's crazy. My kid drinks beagles like it's juice.
Drinks beagles.
Drinking beagles.
So was there anything? I feel like there wasn't really that much.
Yeah, there was
going
just,
on. What?
List.
The list?
That hip hop list.
Oh, but that's yeah, I guess so. That was an old list though. Like, pull that. Do you have that list up still?
Do
Like,
I
we
ever?
must have the best rappers of all time and fucking.
We must have talked about that before.
I feel like we have, but
I feel like we must have.
like if it came up. But yeah, just to reiterate, I guess.
that's not the same.
Don't
I was
scroll
like, what
through
the fuck
Instagram.
was that? At least turn your sound off.
Never.
You'll never.
Okay.
Okay,
So
we
top.
got
What was it? Top 50?
I can't
top 50 hip
breathe.
hop artists of all time, rappers of all time.
Number 1 is George Floyd.
Number
2 is
Insane.
Philandro
Number one is-
Castile. Number 3 is Eric Garner.
Emmett Till, fucking Trayvon Martin, Breonna Taylor, and
They
her
just
boyfriend.
assume every single black person is a rapper.
Every black person in series a rapper. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Elijah Farrakhan.
I like how they're just getting. It was like starting off as like regular people, and then they're getting more and more like have notoriety on them.
Fucking Virgil Abloh,
Uncle Phil.
Uncle Phil,
Uncle Phil,
Uncle Phil, yeah. Darth Vader, I guess.
The side,
Uncle Phil, but not
James Earl Jones.
Uncle Phil, but not James Avery.
Yeah, not James Avery,
Right.
not fucking
He's
James
gay.
Earl
Ew,
Jones.
James Avery's gay.
Yeah, and Will
Uncle
Smith.
Phil isn't gay.
Yeah, and Will Smith, not Will Smith.
No.
So Chris Rock, but not the side of the face he got slapped on.
Yeah, yeah, the untainted.
So
side
number
of
one
Chris
is
Rock.
go through.
Okay,
this
what's
list.
the actual? Yeah.
So number 1 is Jay-Z. I think that's fucking insane. I think
Well,
Jay-Z should be top. He should be top.
Do you actually think it's insane?
Yeah, I think he shouldn't be.
Do you don't even think he should be in top 3?
He should be top 5, not top 3.
Okay, then what is your top 3?
Top 3 is so there's like these.
Just give me your top 3.
These things are nuanced, right? But that to be nuanced, obviously. 'cause you can't do it
Obviously.
without
Yeah,
it.
no, explain.
Because if you go for notoriety, I think undoubtedly notoriety wise,
What's yours?
number 1 hip hop artist for me is
Blippy.
probably
Kitty Pryde.
when she's an adult. Yes, but that's the point of adulthood. When
Epic rap battles in history.
Epic rap battles. Is
Epic
your
Lloyd
favorite.
and Nice Peter are my top.
the fact
top-
Epic Lloyd is such a funny fucking name. Dude.
It is. Yeah, it is. It's very 2009.
Do you think there is some stupid idiot that would put like Hitler of epic rap battles?
Oh,
as
for
his
sure. Yeah,
favorite?
absolutely. There's definitely somebody out there who their favorite rap song is an Epic Rap Battles history song. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
I guarantee it's like, I love the way they it's so clever.
He hears that. He hears there's cleverness in it, but then that's as far as he goes into it. He's like,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
rap music is.
Yeah.
Some of them are pretty
Likes, like,
clever,
Young
to be fair.
Gravy Afterwards,
Some of them are pretty clever,
sure.
to be fair, but it's also just like, what the fuck are you like?
They're all kind of insane though. It's a thing of like they're like too hype. Where like say
Yeah.
I've watched so many rap battles and none of them are this hype.
We need conscious.
bombastic is what these are. There's hype rap battles where like motherfuckers are like, oh, and the guy's doing like a backhand
Sure,
straight after someone drops like a fucking crazy
It's
line.
the way that like these things are edited and the way that like because like say people. Even when, like, say Darth Vader's rapping, like he has to like
He went against Hitler, right? Was Darth Vader against
I don't
Hitler?
know, man.
I don't.
I think it was Vader against
If
Hitler.
that's true, then I think
that makes sense.
That was coincidental because I didn't know.
You know what's crazy? Hitler's numbers are baby numbers compared to Vader, which is wild. That's insane. Those are baby numbers.
Yeah, but
Those
I
are
mean,
pee-wee.
if
middle
Hitler
school
had-
that's because
numbers.
Hitler is real.
I mean,
Yeah, but
if
like
Hitler had a Death Star, come on.
yeah, it's real, but numbers are
would-
still numbers.
Planet-
you know?
What planet Junon or what would it be
It's,
called?
Man, Vegeta's numbers are crazy compared to Hitler's. It's like, yeah,
Like
of
fucking,
course.
what is it called? He blew up the planet that Leia's from. Fucking Alderaan. Oberon.
Whatever.
Alderaan sounds right.
Alderaan sounds right. I could be wrong. I should know this.
I think
That
it's
sounds right.
Alderaan.
That sounds right.
Alderaan.
You fucking pop that shit like a fucking zit. That's
So-
my nigga for that.
So yeah, no, there's definitely
Oh wait,
we need conscious rap battles of history.
I actually
It would just be Common winning every
there
rap
would
battle
be-
by a country mile.
there would be no. It's because I feel like the people, the true audience for the epic rap battle, it's people who just, it's like the opposite of autism. They love loud noises. Like these people
That's
just
still
love.
autism.
Is
It's
it
a different direction. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a spectrum.
I guess a different type of speak. I have to interrupt this line of thinking real quick.
Go ahead.
I went to go see Gladiator II because I had to.
How was it?
Not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. It was actually kind of good.
I heard Denzel went crazy in it.
Well, it was clear to me that I was like, this nigga's gonna do some. He does some. He ends up being. I don't think anybody's gonna see this movie. I don't think anybody actually cares. He's the real antagonist.
Of course he is.
But like that's all.
Yeah,
Like
it's Denzel
That
Washington.
nigga smiling his ass off, walking around grinning.
it's gonna be Training Day essentially. I was like it literally he turns into Training Day, but infinitely worse. Just like much more power hungry. Anyway, so it's it's like I think my expectations were so low that I was like, the fight scenes were fucking awesome. The acting was pretty good. I was like, what the hell is this? This is actually kind of good.
Does it explain why the fuck it's happening? Because of how Gladiator ends, there's no room for a sequel.
So yeah,
It just
actually
ends.
So it because of the events that unfolded, it fast forwards to the new crazy, weird, androgynous emperors that are fucking everything up, and essentially it's like, fuck these guys, they need to die, and so that's kind of a side story. And then the main story is the Lucius or whatever the fuck his name is, who's the son of, actually it turns out to be, you kind of suspected in the first movie that Maximus and the wife of the Commodus's sister, like the little kid is Maximus's fucking. You kind of had because they clearly had a thing, so you thought, oh, it's probably. Yeah. Anyway, long story short, that's the kid. He's sent to exile so he doesn't get killed or in trouble. He grows up with this other disgusting, it looks like an African thing. He gets conquered. Well, like, like the way that they make it look all grimy and they're all, kind of, contrast to Rome. Anyway, long story short, I'm explaining what's happening.
Right, yeah.
And
No, I hear you. I'm just hearing you a lot.
They're really
hearing
they're really funny words in succession.
they need to be funny.
Yeah.
They have to be funny for you to understand, to get the picture of what they're trying to contrast. But anyway, long story. I'm not trying to explain the whole plot, but it was actually surprisingly good. I'm only talking about this though because on the way. turned on when I got downtown, there was a Down syndrome guy waiting by a bus stop.
There's a Down syndrome guy waiting by a bus stop?
Yeah, and his pants are fully down and he has elephantitis balls. Like, I'm saying, like, it looks like a red water balloon is full and about to burst.
Red.
Yes, red, and I chose red for a specific reason.
Yeah.
He's a very pale white guy, but his balls are giant.
So what is
red.
happening? Wait, what?
So us talking about spectrums and stuff
Oh,
reminded me that I saw this guy that is clearly has something. It looked like he had Downs.
Can people with Down syndrome get tan?
why
what
not?
What
What are you talking about?
What is happening?
I don't even understand the
That's like when they ask, when people ask, "Oh, can black people get sunburn?" I'm like, "Do I not have skin? What the fuck
You
are you
can?
talking about?" Huh? I wish this was scolding. Because I was like, how are there darker black people than other black people? I was like, it's
Wait a minute.
it's the same as when I've had people question me. This was when I was much younger, but they're like, how come you don't talk like other black people? And I'm like, Sir,
I would just start calling them N-words at that moment.
at that point,
I would love that shit because I'd be like, "What do you mean you don't talk like black people?"
You know what's funny?
Black people talk like.
You know what's funny? Me as a kid, I wanted to be rational, so I was, and I gave them a rational response. Me as an adult, I want to be jaded and fucked up, and I would have just said a bunch of N-words, right? Like it should be the opposite,
right?
But like I was more like trying to show them, hey, you know, there are black people all over the world, and they don't all sound the same. And they're like, oh, duh, you know, kind of giving them a little nugget of critical thinking.
I never did that, dude. I would play into ignorance. It probably made me worse, actually. In fact, it probably severely damaged me because I'd play into ignorance.
I feel
more.
that though. I actually, especially where we are today, where I feel like people are on average just like irredeemably stupid. Or I'm like, I wish I would have just fucked around more.
Yeah,
I wish I would have been more just hostile and not try to like, let me try to change people's mind. Fuck all that. It didn't do anything.
It doesn't work.
It didn't do anything.
I was when they said that to me, my pelvis would shrinking down a little bit, my legs would get shorter, my arms would get longer, and I'd turn into an ape, and I'd scare the fuck out of him.
Oh my god, that's fucking. Why have I not
You
seen that?
ask a guy a simple question, he's like, "Yo, you sound pretty different. Where are you from?" Scare him out of a room.
Transmogrifying yourself into an ape is
I primitive myself on purpose.
That's sick as fuck, man. I like that.
that's a pretty wild.
Just for the bit.
I need to see AI get to work on that shit. Like more,
Yeah.
you know, you keep seeing those terrible AI, like it cuts to like somebody doing something insane, like say Trump and RFK Jr. and Elon Musk, they're all sitting down with McDonald's.
Oh yeah,
and then it cuts to them like doing some crazy shit or choking each other or something.
I saw one of them like taking their shirts off and then shooting guns or something like immediately after the McDonald's.
Just bullshit like that. But I just needed to exclusively be Kingston just
Turning into an ape?
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody do that. Somebody take a still image of this podcast and AI Kingston turning into an ape. It will look racist on your behalf. So like you'll have to sacrifice. You're gonna have to sacrifice your entire do it from your anonymous account, I guess.
Yeah, do it from your the anonymous.
Okay, so number one rapper of all time I have as Jay-Z. I would put number one rapper on Nas. I put Nas as number one rapper.
Put Nas,
of all time.
okay.
I think influence.
I still think Epic Lloyd and Nice Peter, but
I think
That's fair.
I think 100% when it comes to impact and consistency, I would say Nas. I would say Nas is not made by the masses. Don't know about him. It's just like if you're a hip hop fan, you know about Nas. But if you're not a hip hop fan, I wouldn't think you know about him, which is a thing. But I think when it comes to like impact,
his son's doing a crazy job too.
His son,
Lil Nas,
Lil Nas X,
Lil Nas X,
Lil Nas X.
I thought you'd call him like Galaxy Gas or something.
Why?
Because like Nas used to be like
Nas.
that was like the like that before Galaxy Gas and
Whippets,
everything
right?
and
Whippets.
Whippets and everything. People were doing Nas. But
Oh,
like, it's
right,
not.
right.
It was Nas, not
it's
Nas.
it's not. I know.
I'm confused.
It sounds the same.
Oh.
Anyway.
Then
Yeah, who's your second? Who's
second, they have Kendrick Lamar. I would put Kendrick Lamar probably not at
so
top.
he's already there.
Yeah, he's something.
So he's already at two?
I wouldn't put him as two. I'd put.
Oh no. Okay, what is your two then?
Probably two would be Eminem, maybe.
Really?
Eminem, maybe.
So Nas.
That high up?
Yeah.
So
Maybe it's either Eminem, or Eric, or Rakim.
So you got Nas. So interchangeable would be Nas, Eminem. So Nas number one, but interchangeable Eminem and Rakim.
And then for 5, I'd go. Then
Yeah,
I'd
fuck
put like
four.
Jay.
Fuck 4. Who
Sorry,
cares?
4. Sorry, 4. I'd put like Jay-Z.
Okay, Gay-Z.
Okay.
Then I'd put like Pac.
And Tupac. Interesting.
Pac.
Well, he is.
You
on-
put
But only
Pac
Pac
above
Biggie?
No, I meant Kendrick.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because it's impact, simple impact.
Is that because I feel like
I'm not
Jay-Z
going
would
based
have to be
on
much
skill.
higher
Well,
if you're
does
going on
impact
impact.
really-
I'm
Well-
going on skill. I'm not going on skill. I'm going
Well, if you're going on
impact.
impact, wouldn't Jay-Z? I feel like has had much more impact. You
How-
mean
how
on hip
so?
hop as a genre? Is that what
Yeah.
you're talking about? That's different.
Where has Jay had so much impact? Really? Like I said, I love Jay-Z. I think he is a really good artist. I think he
I'm dressed like him right now.
pretty yeah. You have a Yankee cap on. He technically made it popular. It's insane.
He did.
But-
Yeah, he did.
But like when it comes
Also the Yankees, but
yeah. But when it comes to like, I just don't. I don't
suck that dick on his shoulder.
on his balls. You gotta suck.
what do you
his
what do
dick
you
to his
so
bucket.
what do you mean by impact specifically?
How have they shaped hip hop?
Okay.
Because Kanye's be up there too. I think Kanye.
So if Eminem joined Trump's cabinet and illegalized rap as a genre, would he be the most impactful artist?
That would be such a wild timeline.
He's like, it's all illegal now. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Nobody can do it anymore. And he made it illegal. Like, you can get.
That's it, son.
Yeah.
Now I won.
Oh yeah, he rhymes the whole time.
Yeah, he did. That's how he talks.
They declared martial law in Korea.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a thing. But
then they stopped.
It just didn't
was like
do
3
well.
hours of martial law.
Because the Koreans don't have a military that would vaporize them.
Yeah.
Everybody's been in the
Dude,
military.
I saw
there.
some
That's
of the.
true. Like all the civilians are like they're capable.
I saw a civilian do like one of those fucking judo and push one of the dudes away, and
Yeah.
then he didn't kill him. And I was like, that is night and day from over here.
America.
Yeah.
You touched one of them and pushed them, and they didn't blow your head off.
If you ask a cop, where's the movie theater? You're dead.
He's shooting before he even gets it out the holster.
Do you remember?
He's trying to aim it.
It's an automatic fucking pistol.
It's a semi-automatic fucking.
He just loads your stomach with bullets in it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I fear for my life. An acorn fell in a car.
Where's the highway? Insane.
Fucking loads too. He reloads.
He reloads during the spray. I fear for my life.
I fear for my life.
That little girl scared the fuck out of me.
I always love those
They
videos.
say that before they start shooting. I fear for my life.
No, they do. They do this. I'm
in fear. I'm in fear.
Yeah, actually,
I love the. Well, I don't love the videos, but they're videos of.
Let me rephrase
I love them.
that.
I love them in a cosmic way because it like reinforces how little I think of them. But anytime there's a video of like a chihuahua or something runs up to a cop and he just guns it into mist, and you're just like,
yo,
how do you expect anybody to care about you as a person?
dude.
I fear for my life.
Dude, a cop recently blew away. I think it was a mom and I think a 2-month-old.
Yeah,
2-month-old or something, like an infant. It just blew, and they described how his head just popped.
that's fucking so sad.
It's
so sad. It's so.
Why would he do
morbid.
that? Wait, what happened? What's the story?
So I didn't read the whole thing because it's a little too morbid. I was just like,
Yeah,
I saw someone talking about
I wonder
it.
who's in the wrong.
I laughed because like that is so crazy. Like it was one of those things where a lot of times I'll watch I'll catch up on politics while I'm playing a game.
Yeah,
And I was watching a stream and dude was talking about this and I just paused it and I was like skipping forward. I was like, at a certain point, you're like, okay, I can't get too morbid. It's like someone started to talk about like Gaza, Palestine or anything. I'm like, all right, I gotta a little forward. It's gonna ruin my experience. So I didn't,
and it's not going to change my opinion.
Exactly.
About like what,
exactly. So I didn't get the gist of what happened, but I heard like I started skipping forward when it started talking about the. It was kind of like a shock article.
Yeah.
Talk about that first and then get into the details.
That's so crazy.
And I was like, bro.
See that?
The people that should be cops should be motherfuckers capable of being like super soldiers. Like motherfuckers that are genuinely like, oh yeah, like
disciplined.
you're the
capable.
best. You're the best kind of person to be a cop.
Look, man.
Instead, it's just terrified, anxiety-rilled people.
Yeah.
People
It's the
Who
way-
do fucking barrel rolls when an acorn hits a windshield.
It's too easy to become a cop. People even say like last time I got my haircut, I was looking at the dude's license and seeing when it got renewed and everything. I was like the barber, and I was thinking, cops don't have anything like this. There's no license. There's no renewal. You just take your 6-month training or whatever.
Yeah, and then you're good.
You're pretty much good, or however long it is now. Because I don't know. I know it changes depending on where you are.
Because it's like they're always like they animalize us and they make us, and it's like, dude, because of look at what happens.
It's always
look
a
at
response.
how you behave. Like it's like when you do like really critical thought of like groups, right? Like fucking Ben Shapiro being like, the behaviors seem to be cultural, and it's like, well, there are things that coincide with these behaviors. These are things that happen, but like, look at why you get from point A to point B.
It's a response. It's always a response to
It's never
something.
a simple like bad because bad. It's always like you get to point B because point A exists to get there. But for cops, it's like so consistently they suck. Like so
Yeah,
consistent,
it's
like
unfortunate.
often. What's crazy is the people in my family that are cops are the suckier people. They're dickheads.
Even if
And
they
I'm
don't
like,
start off that way, they join a gang because
Yeah.
cops are fucking.
There's
they're
a
just a
pe-
gang.
super gang, literally.
there's a period where I think the cops are like really great.
I think a lot of cops,
Like maybe like the first 3 months on the job.
One of my
'Cause I've seen
friends-
videos, you know, like the cop pulls over, plays basketball with the fucking kids. We're like, yeah, all right, cool, whatever, I guess.
I've met great cops,
And then that person's like on the news 15 months later. You know,
like I've met great cops,
money
right?
laundering or something. At
Yeah.
the very
Like,
least, they're doing something.
and they're not
Yeah.
bad people. I know a lot of them that are
eating a
bad
giraffe
people.
live.
Oh.
Just like they're playing fucking Dragon's Dogma, just climbing on the fucking
Yeah.
thing.
Eating it. A police officer ate a
But
giraffe
the thing
at
is
the
that the
zoo.
shit.
Giraffe would be a sick boss battle. Some
Not
motherfuckers just
really,
like,
because they're
damn.
fucking knees.
It's just running.
You would
Bam.
bang out a giraffe's knees with a warhammer, then it
Dude, they
falls
fight
over.
the way
Bam.
they
It's
fight
brutal,
is
it's
fucking
brutal.
Like they just
upsetting.
put spikes like on the fucking neck and shit, and put like a helmet on the giraffe, and that shit's going crazy.
I had a chance to touch a giraffe and I didn't do it, and I feel like a bitch for not doing it.
Why would you not do it?
Because if it would have grabbed me with his tongue, it could have lifted and threw me out the fucking set. Look at here, man. I would have been on the fucking thing with like rhinos and shit.
I think they're like-
So I would have died.
Why are you not touching it? They're going extinct.
Giraffes?
Yeah.
I don't think they're going extinct.
Yeah, they are.
I don't think that's happening.
Oh, whatever.
What the fuck? That's a weird lie. It's a weird...
I thought that was true.
I
I feel like
no
it
comment.
Doesn't,
I
it
don't
doesn't surprise me when I see like, you know, oh, this animal is gonna go extinct. It's like, yeah, all right, yeah, makes
It
sense.
makes sense. The world sucks for them.
I just feel like they're too tall to not go extinct. I feel like they're breathing in the bad air or something.
I feel like the bad air's high is lower down. The good air more.
Nah, bad air rises.
Why?
Math, science.
But why though? Like
Math,
Like
science?
I understand, but like why?
What do you mean?
Because
Because good air is more. Because good air, good air is more.
bad
You sound
air.
like Biden right now, dude.
Bad
you sound
air
like Biden right
has
now.
more shit
It's
in
the
it.
rise to the bad air rises to the
My
top.
son's penis is big.
Bad air, bad air rises above the bird layer.
My son's penis is pardoned.
Do you know what the bird
No,
layer?
you misunderstood me. I didn't pardon my son. I pardoned his penis.
Yeah. He's
the
going to jail. His
That
penis
dick-
will be remain free on the outside. There's just a hole in his cell where his dick is hanging outside.
Free. It's outside. It's outside the prison.
Getting licked and laughed by every random fucking
Stupid
person.
pussies misunderstand what I was saying.
I'm a man of principle. His penis did nothing wrong. It was a victim.
A victim of
Good looking
circumstance.
penis.
Or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe his penis is in jail.
Yeah. He's like,
And he's free.
His penis did the crime.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
His penis is going to prison.
Dude, he does
prison.
a wheeze in the
That
debate
feels
that I
bad.
think about all the time.
I remember
It is.
it.
It sounds like a
so-
really tiny car trying to start up.
Dude, it's so
It is so good.
It's so good. You see somebody because they were saying that they were thinking about putting up a statue of Biden, and then the question was, what should his quote be? And then
It's just ellipsis?
People were fucking replying with shit like that. It was so
Yeah.
good. It was so good. I remember him for that shit.
It should be look fat.
That one, yeah. Look
Listen here,
fat. That's great.
He said look fat.
Who'd he say that?
That's
to?
great.
Some fat guy.
That's great. I've to this day have never heard anybody use it like that.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's to me when people grossly misuse based nowadays. It's to me it's dead.
No, it's so many. It's sad how many words just die.
Right.
You know.
But like that, calling someone just straight up fat, look, comma, fat, that's based. Like, that's amazing. I've never heard that before.
Calling somebody what they are in that
Yes,
way is
yes,
crazy.
Exactly.
Like, look, gay. I don't.
Yeah,
like, that's a
yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
like,
that's
no,
amazing.
I've never.
That's why I've always said, like, somebody calling me black. Like, look at you. You shut up, you dumb black.
No.
Calling me,
No.
calling me the N word
Look,
is
not
black.
not you, black. Look, black.
Yeah, like
that's
worse.
gonna catch me off guard. If someone
Yeah.
literally did that to me, they're like, look, black. And I'm like,
Someone called me a silly black one time, and it really hurt me.
silly
black is funny.
It is
It's-
funny.
That really hurt my feelings. I was like, why? I was like, I left playing basketball, and I was like walking home, like,
Silly black. Because yeah, it's so demeaning. It's so,
It's demeaning in a fucking yo gabba ass way.
it's like you. I know what you think of me, but you don't have the gall to call me that.
yeah. And you know, and it bothers me when it comes from people that you clearly, and I'm not talking about like ethnically or anything, but clearly you're just a superior being to this person, but they think lower than you. You're like, you're like, how the fuck do you think you're better than me?
Yeah.
Like, just sloppy, shitty, smelly, fucking dumb losers. And then they're like saying some shit about you.
You look
And
like
you're
you chew cinder blocks like dumb.
They got like
Fucking absolute piece of shit. You fucking.
they got a like a Warhammer figurine sticking out of their asshole, and they're like, "What do you know about fucking superiority?"
You don't even know about the blazing angels. And I'm like, dude,
that's great.
Did you see that CEO of the health insurance company that got murked in fucking Midtown Manhattan? Did you see that?
No.
Someone strolled up on him and shot him 4 times
In Midtown
daylight.
Manhattan.
In daylight.
Midtown Manhattan is such a crazy place to be shot with a. It was a silencer too, dude. Did you see how long the gun? Did you see how long the pistol was? I haven't seen a gun like that outside of Tom Clancy, ever. Like I don't think I've ever in person seen a gun with a silencer on it.
No, because why would you?
Yeah.
Because most people that
Yeah.
commit gun crimes are doing it very impulsively, so they have no thought of, I need a noise compressor. I need, like, who's a, like, no one.
Also, a noise compressor, so it doesn't actually do anything.
No, it does. It does a lot, but it's like the context people use guns. They don't need that.
Right. It does a lot in the context of a war zone.
Yes. It does.
But it doesn't do a lot in the context of, like, if somebody shoots a gun with a silencer on it in the middle of Manhattan, you're going to hear it still.
You're still.
Maybe not because of how bustling
In the middle of
Midtown
Manhattan
Manhattan
is.
at 3 a.m.?
Oh, 3 a.m. is different, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because that looks pretty late.
But it's
although it's
bustling.
fucking winter, so, like,
But-
who knows? It can either be 3 a.m. or fucking 4 p.m.
Literally.
I hate this time.
But it is interesting that it's how premeditated that is. That is just having that on at all is like, okay, you know exactly what you're doing.
Someone pulls out a gun and it takes too long for it to fully reveal. You're like, oh shit, this is really bad.
Yeah.
So, I mean, look, man, I feel like there's going to be a lot of vigilante justice happening.
Oh, for sure.
Things are going to get weird,
It's gonna be bad, yeah.
especially with the hilarious characters we have in the cabinet. It's just getting better and better.
Did you hear he's thinking about putting DeSantis as a fucking Secretary of Defense? And it's like, what?
Stop.
Because he can tiptoe over
Dude,
the
they're
fucking-
already. Did you see that Cash Patel? Did you see that dude?
Well, no, I haven't.
Like,
I don't know who that is.
Just look at his face. So Cash Patel is somebody who was already pardoned. And
Oh, he was pardoned already?
he was pardoned because he was doing some shady shit before.
Cool.
But I forgot what he's going to be in charge in. But just looking at this guy's face, he's a full-on QAnon fucking nut job.
Oh, actually? Like, straight up?
Yeah, he's like totally. And I was just like, oh, cool. I like how this guy's going to be running shit. But I want to show you what he looks like because it's
crazy.
more about what he looks like. Is
Crazy because it's like these people that are supposed to be in places of power getting pardoned.
I want to show
But
you.
then
look
people
at
that
this
go
guy.
to try.
Department. Oh no, this is guy. He's gonna be nominated for Department of Defense. Look at this guy.
Whoa, is he
psycho.
cross-eyed? What's going on?
Yeah. So like he's.
I
But
think it's crazy.
it's not even that he's just cross-eyed. He might have that thyroid issue where his eyes are all bugged out.
Oh.
He looks. I was just like, oh, this is. Does this look like? First of all, I say that's me being generous. I think what's really happening is he's insane because he's a fucking QAnon freak. He's one of these freak assholes that are like, oh, everybody needs to be rounded up that oppose Trump. But then he says this to for plausible deniability. He's like,
Yeah.
in a legal sense, we need to go after them, whether it will be civil or like criminal.
Right, yeah,
and I was like,
yeah.
that is literally not what you mean, asshole.
I was expecting him to look a lot crazier, I gotta admit. I was expecting him to look like this.
If he looked like that, you would already have known about him. Hey.
That's true. That is 100% true.
But I'm like, I just want to zoom in a little bit more to like really get the full picture of this is going to
His
be the
aura
guy.
looks wrong.
This is going to be the guy that is.
It's his eyes,
If
really.
he walked on a train that I was on, I would get off the train.
It is 1,000%.
I would avoid eye contact for sure, yeah. It's the eyes. It's the eyes.
It's one that's of course it's not his brown skin. It's clear. It's
well, I mean,
I mean, it is surprising that they're letting him and Vivek on the train
that is true, yeah.
because
Well, they have their fucking.
I know Vivek has his billions.
He's crying. He is actually crying. He is actually. I saw a tear.
crying because this man is gonna be he's gonna be in charge of our defense. Like this gentleman here. Let me.
Allergies are kicking my ass today.
This guy. Look at this guy. Do you trust that guy to make rash decisions for like It is hilarious. I'm actually.
That's one of the most piercing gays I've ever seen since the Romans.
I feel pretty good now, though. I've
Pretty good.
Stupid.
I feel pretty good though. I'm gonna be honest. I know there's a lot of people that are
Don't
still
prop him up like that, like he's a guest. Like he's joining us from FaceTime. It's so upsetting.
I just feel like
this.
I feel good though. You know what I mean? Like I'm past the I'm acceptance. I'm at acceptance.
Yeah.
The level I'm there.
I'm still apathetic right now.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see, like, I'm kind of trying to figure out, like, what the net positives of this insanity is going to be. Like, because, I mean, it's a little bit mean, but, like, if you think about it, it's like, okay, you have parents who are going to be, like, on the RFK train, and they're going to be like, I'm not going to give my kids any vaccines.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, theoretically speaking, the brain chemistry that leads a parent to decide that about their child,
Their kids shouldn't have kids.
it's likely gonna kind of stem. You know what I mean?
Hopefully.
You know, like I don't. That's sad.
This is what happens.
but
right?
it's.
This
I
is what
mean,
happens, right?
I
This is
hope
what
so.
happens. What happens is
that's
right?
the best case scenario. Really, is that like
Trump's gonna get into
unfortunately?
office, he's gonna skate the first few years on whatever's been happening now, the objectively improving.
Where's your fucking chia seeds?
I already had that shit. I had it in my fucking GERT today.
Gert?
In
My
your
yogurt.
Gert.
My GERT today.
You do not abbreviate yogurt to Gert. You do
I
not do
don't.
that.
I don't.
I know you don't. That's
My
why.
yo. I had it in my yo today.
Can't breathe.
I,
Wait.
wait,
I don't even remember.
So what's gonna happen is right. They're gonna go different things off. Things are
Better
gonna
be
start
funny.
sucking. They're gonna start sucking. Trump's gonna blame everybody under the fucking sun. There's gonna be a liberal person that comes in. If we don't change the way the liberal medium works, he's gonna have another Republican president again because we need to revamp. We need the liberal media site guys needs to change entirely.
liberal media.
Yeah.
We have to change because
Dude, I want Alex Jones to turn coat and like he's gonna be like,
so
I'm
funny.
the liberal. Trump's gone too far. Trump's gone too far. Wink. And I'm the progressive that you always needed. And then people are gonna be like, oh my god, thank you, Alex Jones.
Imagine Alex Jones comes out. He's like, "Hey, I took a pill. No demons." Turns out. Sorry.
Hillary Clinton is not a demon. She does not smell
yeah.
like sulfur.
Yeah. Turns out she just sucked.
Alex Jones has a really serious epiphany. And he's like, "What I did was wrong, and I'm really sorry."
Isn't it crazy how like there's so many conspiracy theories and they all could just be simply explained by they just suck.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's an alien or like a
Where's
lizard.
the magic in that?
I guess so. It's like, yeah, it's a bunch of people who like really want anime to be real.
If you believe it, sorry, anyone that listens to this and believes in God. If you believe in God, you can believe in any bullshit like that.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's necessarily that alone. I think
Not alone, but like
I
think people can believe in any bullshit, whatever, and that's why. People
I think if you
it's
think
like reverse. It's
Yeah.
The thing is, because I've talked about this before, that's the foundation. The people, if you just look at statistically, the people that believe the crazy shit, they do believe in the idea of heaven and hell and the whole battle of good and evil.
I wonder how many people. It's weird because like I feel like religion seems bigger than it is, and what I mean by that is there's a lot of people who are religious or like spiritual. Like I know a lot of people who like believe in like God in like a vague sense, where it's just like, yeah, I don't know, like I don't know if it's really true, but like I don't know, it's like something.
Yeah, they're like centrists.
Yeah, and it's just like, okay, yeah, that's fine. But that's most people that I meet. Like I very rarely meet like somebody who's like the Bible's like real. You know what I mean? Like so, like I'm very curious about like the numbers as to like all those people are going to say they're Christian or fucking whatever, just because it's like, oh fuck, who cares? But how many of them are like real?
I think
in the sense of
I
like
think
in
it's
a,
much more.
Yeah.
I think like a lot of even say when you look at the voting numbers, a lot of people are hiding their power levels. A lot of people that said they were undecided voters or people that were unsure or people are this, that, people are libertarian, this, that, they're all Trump supporters. They're all going to vote for Trump. They know how embarrassing it is and they like to hide their power level. And I feel like with religion, a lot of them are like even Ben Shapiro one time, he had a very uncomfortable conversation with Joe Rogan. When Joe started talking to him about his Jewish faith and talking about like following the Sabbath and all this dumb fucking bullshit, and then Benton had to be like, you can't think about it too much, you know? Because once you start thinking about it, it starts getting a little like he recognizes and he had to acknowledge how fucking stupid and silly it is, but he has faith. And I feel like a lot of people try to not talk about the silly shit.
A lot of people have.
Let's say
really
hypothetically,
views.
I killed the Rizzler.
What happens is like a lot of people, the vast majority of people are on
Dude,
this
people
planet.
would kill him fast.
If Ben Shapiro was caught on CCTV camera footage picking up the Rizzler from behind and smashing him onto the ground over and over again, like an ape trying to get into like a box.
First of all, I think I
should
would go
go to
insane
jail.
from laughing. Like if I saw that,
you turn into the Joker.
like seeing Ben Shapiro of all people, just this scrawny little pussy, but like just
Picking up a heavyset child and smashing him on the ground 50
violently
times.
smashing him over and over, and then starting to think of
Why? Like why?
how did this happen?
How did this happen? What did he do? What was his reason?
Why are they together? Well, there's so many questions. And then Ben just bitch ain't got no wrist anymore. Hey,
Ben Shapiro's
He reaches into the wreckage of the Rizzler and he picks up a golden ticket.
oh my god.
That's a whole news story.
But I think a lot of people are religious because of the fact they are afraid of like what happens after life.
People are afraid of oblivion.
It doesn't even.
I get it.
Oblivion doesn't even bother me because it's so conceptually insane that at the point it's like whatever anymore.
The thing to me is that like I kind of don't understand how people don't grasp what that kind of nothingness is.
I think people grasp it. I think the thing is that it's frightening to grasp it.
Why?
Why it's frightening is because we are designed for
live,
survival.
yeah.
That's it.
No, yeah, I understand. Like,
But that's it. So
yeah.
when people start thinking of the idea of not existing, that is the antithesis of survival.
You're
So
right, yeah.
it on a genetic level, it frightens people, and so they try to use something. But to me, the idea of existing forever in some stupid clouded place frightens me way more than just not existing.
yeah, that's way more terrifying to me.
Yeah.
I don't want to be surrounded by
Because
a bunch of fucking religious
I would
niggas.
just imagine that like
that sounds fucking awful.
yeah, it just
Because my firm belief, I think there is more complexity to the world, vastly more than we understand, and I
Yeah.
think that'll always be a thing. I think there's just like
Oh,
way,
for sure,
like,
yeah.
like way more like taking a moment, like whenever I see stars and I look at stars and I'm like, dude, those are like other suns. That's fucking a wild experience.
Yeah.
And even from my observing point, outside of my observing point, there's still a whole fucking universe of things that exist. So there's like. That's the magic of the universe in real life, you know? Like, shit like that is, like, still, like, wild and unbelievable and insane that shit like that could even happen.
yeah.
Yep.
And so,
But people's mindsets are too small-sided that they're like, oh, but I'm gonna stop existing one day. I'm scared of that. And it's like, it's scary, yeah, because, you know, everything we've have been or will be will cease. Which
Yeah.
is frightening, of course. Duh.
And it means nothing. And it means nothing to the universe. I think that's the thing that people don't want to accept that too, that it means nothing. Like we are
Very few people resist.
We're a tiny dot in this vast universe, and some people want to resist that. They want to think, no, I'm here for a reason. I have to be everything. And I'm like, I understand.
At the same time, I agree. It is nothing, but then it's also everything, you know?
What do you mean?
because you're here to perceive it.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Like, yeah, it's like,
your entire being is here.
like,
so it's like, yeah.
we mean nothing. Like I think maybe 4 people that have existed truly mean anything on the scale of the universe. Maybe
I would say
I would- yeah.
no one.
maybe 4.
Maybe eventually that will be the case.
Maybe right
Maybe
now.
somebody that triggers something that destroys multiple galaxies and
Yeah, yeah,
causes
yeah.
a ripple within
Maybe,
the universe
maybe,
or something.
maybe Oppenheimer.
They haven't-
probably
they have not
exists.
existed yet.
Yeah,
I think Oppenheimer.
Well, look,
mattered.
I don't think
I think not in a good way. I think
to
his
people. Yeah, to
people,
to
but
us.
we're talking about the universe. We're talking about the scale of the universe.
I think maybe him. Probably. Like, I think the
But how?
nuclear weapon was
A
probably.
nuclear weapon will destroy the people on the planet, but will not destroy the planet.
But I think that
In a-
progression of like the people that create these small things, that the things that they create, as long as humanity exists, wherever we end up, if we decide to go actually leave the planet and go do something magnificent or something like that, if we exist long enough, in perpetuity, we will eventually the person that started that is the person that made the first boat, you know. Technically, they matter a lot on the scale of humanity.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the scale of the universe.
So I think if we go further enough, maybe. So right now, no. So again, right now you are right. No,
it's too weird. we're too young. We're too like we don't know what the fuck's going on in the older beginning parts of the universe where the Big Bang. I wonder what the fuck's going on over there, dude.
Probably nothing.
Like everybody has like just huge hard dicks and like like they're so advanced that
cock is fucking.
It's just
his cock
they're
looks-
so amazingly advanced to where the idea like any one person over there or whatever you would call them would be considered a god over here because they're just so awesome because they're so much older and shit. If there is life over there, which there has to be, right, in other parts of the universe,
you'd assume you'd assume there have to be.
Well,
life.
just by the sheer numbers, just by even how things work, technically there should be even multiverses. Just by just mathematics.
Multiple.
And you can't quantify that.
Well, yeah, you can.
No,
you can't.
no.
Oh,
Multi doesn't imply infinite necessarily.
no, it just
exactly.
it
There could be
implies-
like 15.
Yes, but it's just like we can't quantify how many there is. So that's
Right,
the
so like
answer.
there's probably like 12.
We can't. Think of it. Chris, think of it like this. We can't remember right.
That's true, yeah.
So how the fuck are we gonna? How are we gonna quantify anything outside of our purview
Yeah.
if we
Well,
can't even take our?
I
own
think
memories
what
into
you were trying to say, I think before was like if let's say like nuclear energy leads us to like spacefaring civilization,
Yeah.
and theoretically,
go far enough in
that
our-
that would mean that Oppenheimer's very important,
Yeah.
even on like a
very important,
or not
to-
very important, but important
to
at
humans.
least.
But I would
Yeah.
still say not to the universe because we can't get outside of the galaxy.
If humans destroy the universe with the, with the help of
But see, like the idea,
what Oppenheimer did,
but
then
see,
we're
to me,
mega
that's-
important.
It's interesting to think that like anything,
Thinkers.
we don't have the power. We don't really have the power to even destroy the world. Maybe. I would have to actually have someone who's way smarter than us would have to quantify, is there enough bombs to actually blow up the Earth proper?
I think we can make the world
I don't-
hospitable for life for a period
Well,
of time,
that's
but
obvious.
maybe not.
That's
maybe
obvious.
not
That's like
destroy it.
that.
I think-
that's been
and then
that's
we'd
been, the,
reboot.
that's been the case since the Cold War.
we'd
That we could
reboot.
destroy the world several times over, which they mean people.
I think 16 pounds of TNT will do it.
Yeah.
A pound
think
of TNT is way
Did
stronger
you just
than
drop
you
it into the
understand.
core? light it a really long fuse and
No,
drop
no,
it into
not the
the
core.
I
You
thought
just, like,
it would
on
just- It wouldn't even blow up. It would just be like, oh, gone.
It's like in the Grand Canyon somewhere.
That's incorrect. It's definitely just 16 pounds, like you said.
Yeah, 16 pounds. Ounces, actually.
That's 1 pound.
So,
if I'm not mistaken.
So
just one.
apparently, if we're gonna talk about universe-shattering stuff, or I guess something that I would perceive that should be politically.
Yeah.
Apparently, as I talked about Nick Fuentes, and I was talking about Destiny and little things like that, talking about Discord leaks and shit like that. Well, apparently, people were speculating because there's a couple of footage that leaked of Destiny, sucking off some dudes, and and some people were surprised. I think, like, say when I was talking to you guys, I had no idea that Destiny was bi, and so I think really a lot of the biggest surprises, there might be a lot of people that didn't know. Apparently, there's a lot of people that did know, and they're like, why is anyone surprised? And I'm like, how the fuck did you... I just never heard anybody talk about it.
I think he openly admitted it.
That's what I've never heard him talk about. I'm so uninterested in anything that has to do with Destiny, like as far as him as a person.
Oh, yeah,
like,
personal life stuff? Like, I could give a fuck.
Like, oh, what is his hobbies or anything or sex? I just didn't care. To me, and like, oh, he had a wife and he was polyamorous, because I've heard people talk about that.
Yeah.
But I've never heard people say it within the same breath that like, oh, he's fucking dudes or sucking off dudes. I never heard that. So anyway, long story short, people were saying around the time that one of the videos leaked or whatever, or when he was talking about Nick Fuentes coming over and talking about to somebody that he was like having some dude eat his ass and he was like sucking some dude off in a car. They're saying it was Nick Fuentes.
Good for him.
And I'm just like...
Is that true, though?
See, it hasn't been confirmed, so people that have, severe autism are trying to do their due diligence.
Severe.
Like the capture the flag thing with we will not divide us type
Oh my God,
stuff.
Shia LaBeouf. Yeah, that's right.
So that people, the hyper gifted people
Gifted.
will get to the bottom of this. As of right now, there's no definitive proof that it's Nick Fuentes. People, I desperately would love it to be Nick Fuentes, because then it would just make it
It
that
would be
much-
so funny.
It'd make
I
it funny.
doubt it, kind of, personally.
It's so there's one. So apparently there's two videos, because people were describing them, because I was like, all right, I don't want to read this. What's going on here? And the stream that I was watching described. He's like, I watched it for educational purposes, and then he was saying that there was one that it's definitely not Nick, but then there's another one that could be, but there's just no confirmation. The only reason I think that it's possible is just because I full-fledged think Nick Fuentes is gay.
I think so, too. I just don't think he's done it. I think he's an incel in a way that I think even affects that.
I don't know, man. I feel because he hung out with that cat boy, and I'm pretty sure they fucked. Like, I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
Because there's no meme in hanging out with that extremely gay cat boy streamer. I was like, there's no. He was supposed to do it like, oh, this is ironic or some shit. And I'm like, there's nothing ironic about it. You're just hanging out with a gay guy.
Yeah, you're just doing it.
Yeah, you're on a date with a gay guy going to an arcade and shit. Like, cool. I'll go with my homies like that, but I'm not gonna hang out with this random gay guy that wants to fuck me. That's weird. Like, if he actively is like,
yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So I hope that's the case because it makes the story juicy. It really is the only thing that truly makes the story juicy. Because otherwise, I don't give a fuck if Destiny is like, hey, I'm into being fucking splayed like the fucking what do they call those the Vikings do, those eagle sacrifice things?
That is crazy.
The blood eagle?
The blood eagle. Like,
that is it. I would care, I think. If I found out a friend of mine liked specifically to be blood eagled. First of all, how are you recovering?
That's true.
Would
With
be my
faith and works. With faith and works in the Lord, anything is possible.
Facts.
That's fucking crazy.
I take that back. I would care if somehow Destiny survived a blood eagle and lived to tell about
He
it.
endured. He just
And he's just
that is a
busting,
weekly- that's a-
busting so many ropes.
That it is a common occurrence for him that he could just like get into like a machine that he made. He gets into this machine that like splays him and then puts him back together.
That would be fucking
imagine
amazing.
practicing that.
I think that about a lot of things that I see people do where I'm like, how'd you get good at this without dying first? It's like parkour people.
Oh.
Where I'm like, how do you even?
You start small.
Well, yeah, but like, what's small that?
You have to learn how to fall.
No, they don't fall specifically.
Well, they learn how to fall.
I could fall.
Well, no, you don't know how to fall.
I know how to fall.
You can fall. You don't
Everybody
know
knows how to fall.
You don't know how to fall in a way that you don't injure yourself.
Well, that's a different situation, isn't it?
Yeah, fall safely. That's what he meant to say.
They know how to fall correctly.
I don't think there's a correct way to fall.
Yeah.
There is.
I think there's a.
The way they fall, we fall are the same way.
There's a wrong way to fall if you're trying to survive.
They can fall. So there's different ways of falling than what you're saying. There's falling to survive, and it's falling like how our dumbasses would if we fall off a
I would just say saying there's a right way to fall. It would insinuate that
people fall
that
wrong?
falling is
Difficult.
or
There's skill to falling.
Not only that, the skill to falling, but say falling is something that should happen if there's a right way to do it.
Falling is something that happens, and it will happen. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
If I-
Everyone's fell.
If I don't know how to fall, can I never fall? Because I don't know how to do it.
You can't fall correctly. Because there's falling and then there's tumbling. I guess.
Yeah, somebody doesn't genuinely doesn't understand how to, and then they trip while they're doing like a
That's
like
mind
a,
over
And they
matter.
stop, and
then they just kind of like they like flip, kind of like they
They do that
float.
Michael Jackson lean. They just like they're about to fall, but then they just come back.
Have you seen those videos?
It's like Neil. No.
Your
You just-
butt
I saw a
is
video
mine.
yesterday. I saw a video yesterday of
Your butt is
Smooth
mine.
Criminal.
Your
I'm
butt
sorry.
is
What? I can't hear. I can't hear.
butt
He
is
just
mine.
keeps
Shut up.
saying
You're muddying the
your
audio.
butt is mine.
I saw
get
a
back to
video. I saw a video yesterday of Smooth Criminal, but every note was C. Have you seen these?
I haven't, but I've seen things like that. Shit is
Dude,
so funny.
I was down in a rabbit hole with these videos.
I fuck around with autotune all the time, man. Like I'll put regular songs in a just different notes. Sometimes even my own like covers. So
Yeah.
before I like say I'll use a little bit of pitch correction if something's like, oh, this is a little off. But before I do that, I put it in something it has no business being in. Like if I'm like, oh, this is like B minor or something, and then I'll just put it in like G major or something. What? I'll just put it in because it's just hilarious, especially putting something in major and when it's minor. It's so funny.
It is funny.
It
yeah.
sounds so fucking.
It really
funny.
transforms. It really is. It really shows how important like music theory actually
It is a
to
science,
like
literally.
to like actually getting the proper emotion. Like
yeah.
like imagine if the ending of Wicked was like bagpipes. You know what I mean? It would be such an embarrassing. Like no one would care at all.
Your butt is mine. Your butt is mine. Your butt is mine. Your butt is mine. When your butt is mine, your butt is mine. Your butt is mine. Your butt. Your butt is mine. Your butt is mine. Your butt is fucking mine. Your butt is mine. It's mine. Your butt is really mine. Your butt is mine. It's mine. Your butt is really mine. Your butt is mine. Your butt is really mine. And the whole that's it right now. We tell you once again, your butt is mine.
And it's just people fucking. It's just dudes fucking.
Dude, fucking. There are moments where men look like rag dolls. How brutally they're getting fucked.
It's just,
I forgot what was happening.
I don't either.
Yeah.
That shit's
This is the music video when they're in like the parking structure or something, right?
Yeah, they're dancing, having a dance.
Is that what's
having
happening?
a dance
Is
off
that
in
the
a
same
parking
one?
structure.
I think
Like the
I
bad
think-
one?
Yeah.
bad, yeah.
Yeah.
I know that because that's the
Fat.
because yeah.
A fat.
Weird
oh,
Al did
right.
because he did the video in the same exact place.
Right.
Oh, really? The same exact place?
Yeah, it's the same set.
That's hilarious.
Which is
That's right. I remember.
insane.
Ho! When they're screaming ho, and then he actually brings out a literal hoe, like a garden tool. I was like,
stupid.
that I don't know. That tickled me. That tickled me.
I guess we'll read questions because I really don't remember what the fuck we were. I really have no recollection of what the fuck happened before that.
But-
Oh yeah.
But
All
right.
Your butt is mine.
Phantom Rosewood 2 Divine Swindle of Chaos wrote, and he says, "Hello to the YouTuber formerly known as Chris Rogan, my favorite Christian conservative political commentator
True.
and king of bad takes."
True.
So this is all three of us. So I would assume you're the favorite Christian conservative political commentator, and he's the king of bad takes.
I guess so.
sounds about right.
That sounds about right.
Facts.
Facts. He says, do any of you have any automatic non-starters for a potential partner that would override their physical attractiveness? Example, Chris, would you still find Julia Louis-Dreyfus attractive if she exclusively listened to Imagine Dragons out loud in public on repeat forever? Love you all so much.
That's such a detriment to a person, though. Like, even like me, I don't even hate them.
That would bother
That's
me.
crazy.
First of all, it's not even so much about Imagine Dragons at that point. It's so much that it's all you listen to. Like the idea that if somebody only listened to Imagine Dragons or like one band exclusively out loud publicly like forever, that sucks. Like that would speak to me as like that's a red flag.
Yeah, they're not a trustworthy person.
No.
I wouldn't trust somebody that only exclusively listen to something like that. Like,
Yeah.
I
guess they're loyal. But like that's
to a
crazy.
psychotic level.
Yeah, like
You know?
I don't need that amount of loyalty.
I was like when my dumbass friend in high school would wear. I probably listened exclusively to Cradle of Filth, but he would like wear Cradle of Filth shirts all the fucking time. We're like, hey, bro, like, why?
Get a
Like,
fucking Carhartt. What are you doing?
Bro, you gay? Bro, you gay or something?
it was pathetic, and luckily he grew out of it eventually.
What?
But then he joined the Marines, and
No.
now
Then he died.
yeah. I mean, well, he died to me. You know what I mean?
That's great.
He's fine. I don't.
Yeah.
That's
He's
a weird.
fine.
I hate soldiers, but
He's
at
2
the same
feet
time,
he's 2 feet shorter, but
I know him.
yeah.
Yeah, we lost a good friend to the military.
It's one of those things, right? It's that you toe that line. We're like,
It is a shame, man.
Yeah.
What happens?
I mean, it's what happens. If it so happens, if you go in the military in the Vietnam era, you come back, you're like, oh, fuck the military. If you join the military post like 9/11 or everything, you come back just insane. But like a different kind of insane where you're like,
yeah, it's
dude,
very
fucking-
different.
You come back as a kind of racist.
It is weird.
It's kind of weird.
It is
them
super-
Hodgies. Oh, there's Hodgies everywhere, and I'm like, oh,
It is
cool.
super weird because like, but I have a very military. Like my family has a lot of people in the military, and they're like very normal. Like they understand. They're like, oh yeah, they don't care about you. You know, the military, fuck them.
I have
You know?
maybe I had one cousin that was close to the military and he's fucking missed now. And then I had my granddad and then like 2 other cousins that I'm not really that close with, and they're definitely crazy.
Yeah.
They're like, oh,
yeah.
give guns to your kids, like
Yeah, give
that
guns to
kinda
give
crazy.
the
And it's like,
2-year-old
oh,
an Uzi.
I mean, that kid could protect me better than I could protect him,
That's crazy.
technically. But like, he's also
No, not technically at all. A 2-year-old with an Uzi,
he'll be fine. You'll figure it out.
he's gonna kill himself.
He'll kill the enemy too, probably. He
Maybe.
can load a bolt action, and I could probably get around to loading one.
Dude, loading bolt actions is fun. It is a shame, man, because guns are kind of fun. And then they like
I just don't think they're fun.
you don't think that I don't agree that you think that.
Why?
I just don't agree.
Every time I've shot, I just don't. It makes me feel as bad.
Really?
Yeah, I don't
That
feel
doesn't
good.
make sense.
They don't make me feel good.
I
Like
mean-
in a video game, there's a degree of detachment to it, Where it's like, oh, this is a.
You're just
I'm
thinking
doing-
too much about
later.
what they can actually do.
Yeah, and it just bothers me a lot. It's like
Look,
this is like a fucking
Well,
I
you're
get
not
tool
you're not
sheer malfeasance.
well, you're not bringing it to the fucking Cub Scouts.
Oh,
You're just
no,
you're outside.
I know.
He's just not separating it. But
Right.
I feel
know.
like I honestly don't mind that. I don't mind because to me, I'd rather citizens not have guns. So, but even though I do enjoy and I've bought a gun, it's just if some benevolent dictator that was like, I want to protect our society. We're like civilians, regular people do not have guns anymore, and then all the freaks would cry. But I'd be like, oh, good. There's gonna be way less death. That's gonna be cool.
Yeah, I think the issue. I don't know, man.
But I like them though. I do like shooting them, shooting random shit in the desert. Like fucking,
It's fun.
Yeah, like just fucking blowing shit up is fun.
There is something about like handling. Like loading it. It's fun. It's like a
feels
tactile.
good.
It's almost like a fucking. I don't even know, like a bop it,
Dude.
or something.
Dude,
like
it's
like a fidget
It's like
thing.
literally like a fidget thing.
Yeah, dude.
If I had a fidget
But
gun,
shit
I
like
would
that, but shit like that is why this is a tool of death. Like it's a death thing. It's just meant to-
Right,
I
I
understand.
agree. But like,
but the fact is like, oh, I like the fidget aspect of this tool of death.
well, people.
is insane. Like I just like I get.
It's not really that. If you have knives,
Yes, but knives are not.
what's a
exclusive-
butterfly knife?
Knives are not exclusively for.
You're not going to
killing
use a
things.
butterfly knife for it. You're not going to cut
Yeah,
butter with a
Chris,
butterfly
Chris,
knife.
Chris, yes.
You might
I
cut a
agree.
butterfly with a
Who has
butterfly
a
knife.
butterfly knife though?
I have. Where is it? It's not here actually. It's
I
at
definitely
home.
have a butterfly knife and mouse.
Yeah,
I
I had
was-
one when I was like young.
Yeah,
I-
they're kind of
I thought they were cool when I was like young.
Yeah, I have one in the house that someone gave me.
Yeah,
one.
I-
I have
That's
a
what I mean. It's
grappling
like
knife,
it's
too.
literally like
I
a.
have them.
But what I'm saying is like it's
But
literally
it's
just
just
like a
the
fidget thing. It's like
fidgetiness of it.
literally
And they're
just like
put
whatever.
away, and I'm like, oh, I don't need this.
But
The fidgetiness of it,
I
I
just-
get it. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, guns are cool. I like guns. I just think the issue with guns is that like
Well, it's
you
people.
you need.
I mean, it is people. Yeah,
It's
in
too
a
easy.
good
It's too easy to
society.
get. The fact that you don't have to pass really any kind of like the fact that it's so easy to get. It's the fact that it's easier to get one of those than it is to get a car or like
or
a
drive a car.
Well,
Driver
not
license.
buy a car. Buying a car is a fucking hassle actually.
Or drive a
but
car.
like being able to get a license for one,
Right.
is crazy.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I just don't like them. It's
all by design.
I've used them. Every time I've used them, I've been like, this feels gross. Way better than I should be with them. Bothers me even more. So I'm like, I don't know why.
Especially since you're
using that
blind.
shit.
I don't
That's
know,
really
man.
weird.
Revolvers are fucking sick.
It's probably because of my senses take over, and you're like,
But-
all right, get them.
But I,
Yeah.
But like, yeah, no, this. I don't know. Listening to one song for the real automatic non-starter for like that would override any amount of attractiveness is hygiene.
Yeah, that's the number one.
I think that's like
Immediate.
that's the number one.
That's
That
kind
is.
of like obvious, That's
Without
Other-
stating an obvious
Dude, there are
one
people
is-
who
well,
yes.
yeah.
I
Yes.
can't fathom.
Yes, I agree.
So
I can't fathom it.
those people, right? There are. I was actually just watching a documentary on some YouTuber, and he was covering some. I can't remember what the guy's name was, but he was some smelly fuck, and there was footage of his grandma yelling at him about like how he never showers and all this stuff, and what she was describing, and I was just thinking like. I can't even imagine living or being near somebody like that, and
See,
I feel like it is though. It's few and far between. Those people are anomalies and they're insane, right? But
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with obviously no one's just unhygienic for no reason. That is especially in the
Right.
modern world. There
there has to be something. There's
even
something wrong with
beasts,
it.
even animals don't like that shit. Like even like animals, they're like, oh, I don't like being gross. I'm gonna go in the water. Like even creatures are like that. They're
It
like,
is-
oh,
it's
I'll
kinda
go
wild,
in the
yeah.
water.
Certain
You
ones
know,
will groom themselves. Yeah,
literally, they're like, oh, I don't like the way I am. I don't feel good. Like dogs and cats and stuff, like literally grooming themselves. They'll rather lick off the gunk on them and throw it back up than have that be on their body.
It is kind of crazy.
You know,
It's like an anomaly. It's not even bestial. It's not even what is it?
it's on health. It's mental health.
It is some mental health issue, but yeah. So I just feel like that's so standard that I almost feel like it doesn't even count to me.
Well, there's also like
Yeah.
there's also people who just there are people who just smell bad.
Yeah.
And I don't mean like necessarily bad in a way that's like, oh, they smell like garbage
Some have
or like
stronger
skunk.
scents than others,
Some
yeah.
are just like, you could be like the hottest person in the world, and if your scent is like just like, I can't do it.
Some people smell better than people.
I've
I've encountered that at least twice. In my life.
the only time I don't think it to me, because it's like human skin. To me, it's like when people say like certain races have certain different. I'm like, skin is skin. People are people. It is how they take care of themselves, even if they look hot.
Well,
a lot of times, look at this. Hold on. Sometimes I feel like this is one of the big things that I've noticed about people that say they don't exfoliate, they don't scrub.
Mm-hmm.
They usually have a weird smell. They have dead skin on their body, all their body. They don't use anything to scrub. So they'll be like, oh, I just have like a bar of soap and then just my hands. And I'm like, was there like, say I have a bar of soap. I also have gel and an loofah, but the bar of soap that I have has these fucking scrubbing things on them. It actually is kind of rough. So I basically, when you're leaving a layer of fucking filth on you, even when you in water, after a while, some people start smelling a little bit off. And I feel like there's people that don't understand that I'm like, people who truly exfoliate and clean the dead skin off themselves smell neutral, and then they'll add other things to themselves. Sometimes people have like funky oils soaked into their clothes and they don't wash them correctly and they smell weird because of that. I honestly just don't, I may even be in the minority, but I think in a more practical sense, the science of people just like have these different smells. Like I don't think so.
But I think that's crazy. It's a fact, because that's literally factual.
It's a fact.
Yeah.
Some people just have different, and it's
like
and it's not offensive. Some people have offense. Like some people just are not.
Why is that a fact? Can you give me some data on that?
Cleanly, some
have
people
you looked into it?
I have, yes.
Because think of people produce different pheromones.
Yeah,
and stuff like that. Like,
I hear about that all the time, but I don't think anybody's actually heard somebody scientific talking about this.
I feel like that's now granted.
That's what I'm saying.
I could be going this off of like people.
No, you're going off of society just saying these things.
I agree. Right now, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Right now, I have never myself directly looked into it.
I know,
but what I'm saying is, I definitely know people who are scientists who have said this. I talk directly about biology.
There's a lot of scientists that go on Joe Rogan's podcast.
No, I'm not doing Joe Rogan podcast. Like people when I was in like my like actual schooling for bioscience,
right?
Talking about pheromones.
Of course, no, but look, here's the thing. So here's the thing. This is the thing about science, things involving and people believing things, whether they're in school or not, or scientists or not. There's a lot of information that's going around that this is what we believed at the time, and now. Data's changed.
That is
my
true
whole thing
well.
is where I'm like,
do you think pheromones don't exist?
A lot of people. No, see, this is the one thing. There are certain things that, as humans, like some people are thinking, like, you know how certain animals use certain smells to attract each other, and then I'm like, okay, we're not that animal. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's true.
People like in a way that I'm like, do say the closest animals that we are to. I'm like, do they do that? You know, like the ones that we have the most.
That's true.
The thing is where people are like, these animals have this, so you think this not exists? I'm like, we're not those animals. Mm-hmm. So when people try to say that we're like this, or when we test on, say, animals, certain things, and it's like, here's a good base, but this is not exactly how it's going to interact on humans. First, we need to make sure it's okay on these animals. Now that it didn't destroy these animals, now we can test on humans. Well, usually so we can have correct data.
Usually we test on animals that are anatomically very similar to us.
Yeah, and then what's the next step? Now we need to test on humans. Well, we do it on them first, but we can't just get conclusive evidence off of testing on those animals because they're not humans.
That's true, but like when it comes to our humanity, the way we differ from most like mammals is simply consciousness. That's it. When it comes to like our autonomy, the things that are in our body,
what are we talking about right now?
The way we like, well, the thing is that because like you're saying, like if we test something for like diabetic research on a rat, right? A rat can get diabetes the same way a human can experience it. So testing things like that on a rat is fine.
Rats can get diabetes?
Yeah, they can.
No, it's not. It's not. It is.
It's insane.
So
it's insane. It sounds so morbid to say.
Well, it's not like rats can get cancer, they can get tumors. Yeah, but it's not fine. It is. We start with them.
Well, no, but the thing is,
and then once
I agree, there should be testing on humans as well. There's voluntary testing on humans as well.
There absolutely is. We can't just give things to humans without testing on humans.
Well, there's testing
clinical trials,
but the way it's done is like.
We start with animals first because we're a shitty species.
Yeah,
we test the lesser beings, and then once they've cleared it, then we test it on humans. Because that's the law. It's the law.
But what happens is like things like that, right? Where like things like that'll affect like usually like pheromones, usually like things involving our systems and how our bodies work. Is kind of universal amongst most creatures that are of the same kind of creature group. Like most birds uniformly will affect it the same way by most things in like within their bodies as most other birds.
Are you talking about? See, you just mentioned pheromones in birds.
Well, no, I'm saying like if you're testing a medication on humans or rats, it'll usually be the same on humans for the most part. There'll be like a variety of certain differences, but most of the time, what affects humans will affect animals the same way.
Mammals,
mammals same way. Usually, like drugs dosage usually depends on the size, and some animals have higher like resistance to certain drugs.
Size is obvious. That's obvious.
The size of drugs stuff like that. But usually, for the most part, it'll work the same as between those groups.
But it's more about like say why we have to test on humans, for example, of like
you have to test on
nervous
humans,
systems,
the final
pain thresholds, many things like that, especially even humans because of their wiring.
Well,
so
that's true.
You start off with these things but I don't even know. I don't know why we're getting to. We're not even disagreeing on that, so I don't even know why we're talking about that.
But the thing is that I feel like some people's scent is different from other people's.
I would say
that's it. I think that's pretty simple, but I don't have the concrete.
Well, I would say,
I
don't think. So I think it's like I grew up, and a lot of people grew up even. There's like I was listening to Kurt Cobain, Something in the Way, and he mentions that like fish don't have you can't like what is it? You can't hurt them because they have no feelings or something.
Oh yeah.
Like it's there is a thing that people have believed for a long time that like, oh, you can just fishing. The fishing is great because fish don't feel pain.
But they can't emote. That's simply what it is.
But see, the
they
thing
can't
is,
scream or cry.
I think it's in the same level of like even some of the science is kind of disputed when you look it up, and I think it's one of those things to where I just don't think people are looking enough into it.
It's like vaccines, kind of.
Yeah. And so even when
people think vaccines are safe, but it's
look, if somebody
some definitely weren't, but we have also a basis for the reason why the ones who weren't safe.
Nah, I think they're just all kind of nuts.
But here's
like,
let me
it is the vaccine.
I just don't think really.
And it's like, oh, that's crazy.
I just don't think any of them.
I'm a quirky guy that doesn't really believe in vaccines.
I'm just a chill guy with that stupid fucking dog.
But this is the pheromone thing. The only reason why the one thing that makes me feel in the way that I'm talking about is nobody spends any time with people that are fully clean and have no clothes on. Mm-hmm. So when people are saying, oh, pheromones, this, that, I'm like, first of all, you haven't even got past what fucking laundry detergent they use. You haven't gotten past like what hair product they use. You haven't gotten past any of that stuff.
Sure.
So how are you so confident that, oh, it's this smell? They have a different smell. I'm like, you literally can't know that because you have not experienced, you never almost experienced people, even with wildlife that I live with, 99% of the time she's wearing clothes. And so I'm smelling her clothes. I'm smelling like it's so a thing where it's like, this person I don't smell. I'm like, how it to me, it just sounds a little bit too like an easy.
So this is Grant, this is AI. Google,
whatever, yeah.
Right,
This go as far as it is.
Go ahead.
So it says, yes, every human has unique scent, meaning that people can just have different scents due to a combination of factors including genetics, diet, bacteria on skin, pheromones produces environment, making each individual body's odor distinct, similar to fingerprints, and even identical twins have different scents oftentimes.
And you see how what I'm saying, how many things make your scent?
No, yes, exactly.
But that's what I'm talking about.
Yes,
but that is your
exactly.
scent, though, ultimately.
Yes, but
is your scent based on, like, literally it backs what I'm saying.
What do you mean?
The stuff that you're interacting with, your clothes, the products that you use.
No, I agree.
So, like, basically, your diet, which is one thing I didn't mention, but I could have mentioned.
Agreed, yeah.
It's these things that are giving you, because, like, say someone who eats a bunch of garlic smells weird.
They're going to have a stronger, they're more
so it's one of those
scent,
things where
sure.
it's like, but I don't think it's just... Like, say, I don't think it's just like people are thinking, oh, they'll just say it's pheromones, where it's like it sounds like an all-encompassing thing, and they're not taking in any other factors.
You're nuancing instead of broad stroking.
I'm nuancing because that is how my brain is wired.
Yeah, you're right.
Like,
you're right.
I fucking, when I'm talking about stuff, I'm like, oh, well, it's not that simple. Like it's not.
I think Chris and I definitely agree with you on that part, for sure.
I feel like that's why we get into these weird situations where people think like, oh, vaccines. Oh, it's simple. They're bad for you. And I'm like, no, okay, let's talk about it. Mm-hmm. I'm like, let's talk about it.
What's crazy about the vaccine thing is that the vaccine, like autism thing, that is so provably wrong.
Well, no.
What's happening?
I learned about that shit literally in like 7th grade.
Well, look,
I was a kid. They were like,
I knew a kid in 7th grade. He was a genius.
and was he gay?
Was it you? Was he you? A genius?
No,
and
let me
gay?
ask you a question.
I never went to 7th grade.
Why do you?
Fucking
Let me ask you a question. Do you know why? Do you know why the autism? Why they think vaccines cause autism?
Well, there was a study that was done like maybe like in the 70s or something like that, where there was.
Was it 70?
They don't know
done
about that
on-
study. But you're right. How it started?
Yeah.
But modern day, they don't know anything about that study. Well, I would say modern day. Why you think people?
I don't know where the
Wasn't it
modern
like
day
some
one came
cooking
from.
celebrity or
Modern day-
something?
Easy statistics. People just pulling up. Look at how much autism was around back then and now. That's it.
Yeah.
So they look at it and they see that it's skyrocketed by hundreds of percentile, but they don't understand why. But that's it.
Because we understand.
Do you
it
remember when
more.
those Nazis were like, "Oh, the black people are genetically dumb" or whatever? And they were using this book called The Bell Curve, and they were showing these like,
Oh
and
yes.
so what they did was
That book is crazy.
they used.
It's crazy.
But look at the thing is they use data it's just pure data, and instead of they came with their own conclusions. Right, and it's the same thing. It's just here's raw data that says nothing about anything.
It bothers me,
and then they
because
just put their own biases
because
on it.
conversations like that are like
Data by itself is kind of useless.
Yeah.
data by itself
like-
without nuances is entirely
Right, and then
useless.
if you're a racist dumb idiot,
Yeah.
then all of a sudden you're going to be like, black people dumb.
it's
We-
like I was watching one of the Jubilee things. I watch them every now and then. I think it's interesting to see in conversation.
Are
I like
they?
it. I like
Are
it.
they?
I like. They're not conducive to like.
Look, I
people
don't mind
really
if you
getting-
watch it. I just feel
getting
like
to a
it's
place.
not.
Sometimes some of them are actually really good, but it's often people that are like.
Fair enough. I can't even say because I've only
Like
seen like
there's
two.
one when they
I
talk
can't
about
even
like
say.
Darth Vader was light skinned people, and it was a very like respectful.
Did you say Darth
convers-
Vader versus light skinned
No,
people?
dark skin versus light
I
skinned.
thought you said Destiny versus light skinned people. I was like, what the
that,
hell is...
like the game, like RPG? Like Darth-
That's
like-
amazing.
Like the RPG. Like,
in my mind, that's what you said. Go ahead.
Do you think when the term Destiny is trending, people at Bungie are like, it's a complete roll of the dice.
damn it.
It's a
this
complete roll of the
nigga-
dice.
Like,
Is
are
it
they
going to be us?
stressed or are they like?
Like we don't know. Like it's just like they can't even know for sure because they got to be like they have to click. Somebody has to click it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
somebody
got it.
somebody has to click
Yeah.
it. So somebody at Bungie was like saw Destiny sucking off some fucking fat guy. And they had to be like, it's not us.
Sick.
That sucks for them, man.
But like, so wait, my verdict is red. That's what I was talking about. Wait. Let me get back.
said,
but so what happened is that people use these statistics. Where it's like Ben Shapiro was on thing. And he was like, "Mom, you look at the crime
you
statistics.
got like a Minecraft hairline.
Stop. It's
Oh my
so
God.
boxed. Is it that box? Stop.
It's kind of boxy.
That's kind of
Stop.
cool.
It's a good lineup, but still, like, stop. But so it's like, oh, Mom, you see, if you look at these people, look at these. Stop.
You can play Tetris on it.
Stop. If you look at the statistics, these people are more crimes are being committed by these groups of people, and I'm like, well, yes, but if you look at people in those poor areas, the white ones commit more crimes than the black ones do. Like everywhere, there's going to be more crime when people are poor. Like, you
Right,
can pull that up,
Right.
It also
That's
doesn't take
not-
into account how many. It also doesn't take into account how many people who are arrested or charged with a crime are then acquitted.
that are acquitted, that are unlawfully detained.
Yeah.
Like this. But
There's
the thing
a lot,
is that,
yeah.
But the thing is that these are people that are arguing these points, and they're like, it's right there to look at the problem. It's like, well, people in poor areas are going to commit more crimes. Who are in poor areas more often than not? People of color. That's crazy. Do the white people in poor areas commit more crimes? White people that are in not these areas? Wow, they do. That's crazy. So, now when you add in a history of prejudice towards them, where does this come? It's like these puzzle pieces all go right into each other.
I would also
and
argue
it's
that-
like, what
Weird.
is going? Like, what?
I would also argue that that's not even technically true. By the idea, it's like, oh well, like if you're rich, you're not committing crimes. Like, no, you are. Like
It's called white collar crime.
Nobody
White collar
cares.
crime. No one cares about that crime.
Yeah,
It's
nobody
like,
cares.
Oh, it's
No,
fine.
they-
Bernie Madoff,
Like Bernie Madoff,
didn't commit a fucking
exactly.
crime. Yeah,
Bernie Madoff has done way worse than like probably every gang in the country. But it's like, oh, it's different. He's not a criminal. It's like,
Yeah,
this
it's not-
motherfucker's
it's
a
not
demon.
perceived.
Maybe most gangs. I don't know. Some of them-
I mean, some games
some
go
of
hard in
them
the
pretty-
paint.
some of
Some
them
go hard in the
pretty-
paint for sure.
yeah.
There's some cartels that go.
Sometimes
in the
hard.
country, in the country.
Sometimes you see a baby
Cartels
splayed
are
up.
insane.
Fair enough.
Sometimes you see a baby splayed open on a kite, and you're like, "What the fuck is going on?"
The kite is the baby.
If I saw that, I think that would ruin me.
I think I would sit down. I would play "Hurt" by Johnny Cash until I die. Until I starved and withered away.
I
I
have
would-
fucking bone fingers, but
would-
he's still playing.
I would turn into Ellie with 4 fingers, playing a song at the end of the game,
With
and
4
I
fingers.
can't play it.
Let's get some more
Oh
questions.
yeah, let's do more quests. Yo,
Andy, the man whose handies are now S tier, Or no, back to S tier and Dandy. Hello, Bacteria. Been listening since the shoe episode and subbed to the Patreon about a year ago.
Oh,
what
shit.
is your most disdained food? The one you hate the most?
Fish for me.
Thank you. Really, fish?
Seafood. Yeah, I don't eat seafood.
You hate it though, or is it?
No, I just don't eat it. So I guess I hate it.
It's the one that fits the mold of the
That's
question.
weird. I
list.
had a dream about crab literally last night.
Did you have
I
crabs?
want crab is yes.
Did you dig in your pants? It's like, ding, and you split it, and you one split it, bland.
Imagine having crabs to such a degree that you could reach in your pants and see
And like that, just
see it.
like I'm seeding the grass.
Yeah,
like
Throwing
chickens are like
crabs on people, throwing crabs at people's hair.
yeah. That's pretty insane.
I would kill.
Oh yeah, you would. Yeah.
Yeah, who would? Yeah, that's a
fuck-
killable.
Have you ever
offense.
had lice?
No, never
You
in
had
my
lice?
life.
Nope. Some of the kids in my private elementary did, but they didn't get me.
Did you ever get lice?
Never.
What the fuck was it? I was convinced for a long time that wasn't even real.
Oh,
Because I don't think I knew
I
anybody.
saw it on
I've seen
Arthur
them.
when I was little, and I
I've
was
seen
like,
You've
like-
seen like a lice?
yeah, because some of the kids at my school had them. It was pretty unanimously. I feel like it was just people who had poor hygiene.
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah, so it was unanimous that we didn't play with poor hygiene at my house. And number two, when I was kids, my mom just buzzed our head because
She didn't want to deal with it.
Yeah, they didn't deal with that bullshit. Just bent. So couldn't even have lice.
I just don't
Possible.
know because I don't even itch really often though. Like in general, like people like scratch their groins. I have done that maybe 10 times in my life.
That's insane.
I don't itch really often.
Well, I mean, I guess that's good.
I don't know if I... All right.
I scratch my balls.
Have you ever thought about me doing
Very
that?
often.
Think. I've never. I don't scratch my balls.
I don't pay it. Why would I?
Has ever like maybe a time you'd be like, oh, maybe I've seen you like adjust yourself or something like that. But I've never.
I mean,
I don't, think- I don't, think- I don't, I don't monitor other
I don't know,
people's.
obviously, you don't think about that.
I
but,
don't
like,
monitor mine, but I for sure know. Like sometimes I'll just because like the relief is so good, I'll go for way too long. So
Yeah.
sometimes like
and then it's raw and bloody, and then like it's fucking crazy.
Bro,
down
And
there.
then you put your alcohol in it. You nice sear, nice.
it's like if there isn't like background noise in the bedroom, right? Because sometimes the air purifier's on or something, and but if it's dead silent. Like you can, like JoJo's, like can hear me scratching my balls because you just hear like the hair. It's
Right.
So it just
On my ball, my groin is completely bald.
and I'm just
Me too. Yeah.
I
I dipped it in Nair.
that's
I just don't grow hair on my groin.
And,
You want to
okay.
see? I'll show you. It's nothing there.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
It's fucking bald.
Yeah, show him.
yeah, show him. All the hairs on the head of my dick. There's no hair
That's
on my
crazy.
That is insane. That is so disgusting. That
It's
is
like a
vile.
lion. It's like a
It looks like my actual head.
That's actually one of the most vile things I've ever heard in my life.
that would be
That's
so
the book of Vile Darkness.
That
inconvenient.
is the worst.
I didn't imagine having to
Gotta
shave
wax
that.
the
I'd
head
be
of
so
my,
scared.
Gotta wax the head of my
I'm
dick today, guys.
concerned
scared.
already down there.
Yeah, I do a poor job because it's just it's scary, man. Even if you try to like flatten it out as much as you can, it's still a rocky mountain.
I just have none.
So you're like, all right, it's really because I've nicked myself like once or twice, and that's already enough to just be always scared.
Yeah.
I have no grown hair, so I don't know. Like
Yeah.
actually,
That's
right.
good for you.
Congrats.
I'm very happy for you.
bald. It's bald like a fucking.
I mean, I wish they'd
like a
be
chemo
nice.
How
But
often do you guys shave your esophagus?
You know what's crazy? When I was younger, I didn't have hair on my arms or anything like that, and here I had like chemical burn, so there's not really any hair.
Lamau.
Here.
you know what I find really fucking weird? Do you remember when what do they call her? Aloy in
Horizon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't
remember-
give her furry pits?
I still gotta
remember
finish.
when
I still
it
gotta
was-
finish both of those games. I put both
I
of those
never-
games down like 15 hours in. I was like,
I never bought them. It just
They're
didn't
boring.
really interest me.
I feel like they play well, but I just don't care about those characters at all.
The characters
Games
Like
are
I
boring.
like the way it plays, but like outside of that, I'm like,
you'd think robot dinosaurs would be really interesting to me, but actually I like regular dinosaurs. I
realize
I sort
now,
of got
I'm
like
more a fan of.
I was thinking I was
regular
like I don't
dinosaurs.
care about these robot dinosaurs. They do nothing for me.
it's that Spider-Verse scene of Miles. Like I made a mistake. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. Like I would rather play like a Turok or something.
Yes, like
Then-
really, I was kind of like.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Gears when like in 4 when you were just fighting robots.
Robots.
I don't want to chainsaw through a robot.
I was very underwhelmed at first. I'm like, oh my, I can't believe
Yeah.
I'm fighting robots. This is so stupid.
I like the story in that game, but like playing it is kind of like
feel
fighting robots is just
Right.
not satisfying.
I feel bad to say this. I just think Aloy was just not an attractive enough character to me to care about her, which is really sad because it's like
I mean, you're admitting the sexism.
Characters should not be forced to be attractive.
Yeah,
That's,
you're
like,
admitting
not-
your sexism, but I'm gonna be honest. I feel like it is a sexism to me that is harmless, in my opinion. Because some people disagree with me.
And
for sure.
this is my point to it, right? Like I feel like if I'm playing a game about a character, I want the character to be as cool as possible. You know?
I kind of agree. Yeah.
As cool as possible. I know how I sound, and I know if I 3 years ago, Kingston.
Define cool.
Huh?
Define cool.
Just cool in the sense of like someone that I look at and I'm like I get like a good vibe off them just based on their appearance.
Like fantastical. Almost.
Yeah, like fantastic. You know, like obviously that's why
That's
superheroes look every female looks the way they do or male. There's no like every tubby hero looks silly in comparison.
Right, they're supposed to be. They're always a joke character.
They're supposed to be like
They're like a fictionalized ideal.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah.
But I feel like Aloy, and I feel like I don't know. I feel like that's a double sided thing because obviously every woman doesn't look like that, and women should be comfortable in their skin to appear the way they appear. You know?
Yeah.
and so I understand.
I'm 31 now, and now I don't care. Like
Is that
it's all
the
over.
threshold? Not.
Where I understand those both sides of that coin.
But it's just, dude. I think, in my opinion, I don't think.
That's Ben Shapiro polishing the Rizzler's skull.
I got the skull of a
beautiful
fucking
kill.
fat Italian boy.
he kept the hand.
Dude,
on the chin.
you would have to though.
He decapitated and mounted it like this.
Sewed the hand on fucking his chin. You would have to. You would have.
If you that would be. I want to see.
If you murder the Rizzler, you have to do
What
that.
do you got?
I want to see Craven the Hunter, but like he hunts like viral celebrities.
Oh, that's amazing.
That shit would be
That's
way,
a game.
That shit would be way less funny than you
Somebody
think.
put that on Steam. I'll buy that shit. Like I have in my wish list. It's a celebrity combat. It's like The Rock and all these.
Is that
fucking
real?
Yeah, but it's so shitty. But
Is it like knockoff? Like, is it not? Is he called like the Boulder or
well,
whatever?
the weird thing is
The Boulder
here's
says
the
the
thing that's
N-word.
interesting. It has the names in there, but it's just not full. I feel like they're doing what South Park does. I don't know how South Park gets away with it necessarily, because I'm like, how do they use the names?
Like just parody, I guess.
Yeah, because I'm like, just saying that it's a parody, I guess is good enough to where you can still say their name.
So it still says like The Rock.
So like it says like I think it says like Dwayne or something.
Oh,
I
okay.
think I have to go. I have to go look at it again.
Can you see what Dwayne is preparing?
Aloy. The reason I was even bringing up Aloy is when those guys were freaking out about the peach fuzz on her head, and I remember seeing a few posts about she had peach fuzz.
Yeah.
And the one thing I thought
What
was
do you mean
so
by peach fuzz? Like
So she has.
Double?
she has peach
what-
fuzz. Like women have peach fuzz.
well, I know
on
that's
their
what,
faces.
that's what I'm trying to like. But why did someone?
You clearly don't know if you're asking.
But my brain is reduxing because I'm like.
You mean you're
that's how
confused why they're
humans-
bothered?
Like that's how.
Well, that's the whole
we're
point. Yeah,
humans.
so that's the whole point. Like that they're complaining about that, even though that's what they have.
Because
But
they're saying like they gave Aloy a beard or whatever.
Yeah.
It's
The
like
thing-
you've never been close to a
You've never
woman
been
ever.
close to a woman.
Clearly.
But you know what's so
person.
But you know what's so crazy to me? The thing that's so insane to me, even those people, so they at least have to have a mother, and I guarantee their mother,
Has a beard.
By now, probably.
their mother has hair on their forearms because for some reason in America, that is acceptable. Like women need to shave their armpits, they need to shave their legs, they need to not have mustache hair, but they can have hairy ass forearms.
Yeah.
And so the thing that weirds me out about that
I don't
is
support it, but-
how people don't. Well, I'm like, if you're gonna shave everything else off, might as well get rid
Yeah.
of
What the
arm.
hell are you doing?
Well,
What are you half-assing it?
But that is literally like do me a favor, guys. Next time you go to your next drive-through, if you're getting Starbucks or something, just look at the women working the drive-through. You see fucking gorilla arms. That's just that is literally just the culture.
What's strange? What's really strange thing is that like some people just straight up don't have hair on their arms.
Yeah,
Just like some people don't. Some
no,
people
you
don't
just
really
can't
have.
see it.
Yeah.
Like
Yes, everyone has that little bit of fur on their arms as humans. We're apes.
You mean like you mean
it.
like this, like where it's
Most
like
we don't have that.
Yeah,
I barely have that too. I have it now. I didn't always.
You have to have like alopecia or something for that though, don't you?
But no,
because I knew a girl who
grandma
genuinely
does it.
didn't. She didn't shave her arm or anything, and she was just kind of like
My grandma.
Yeah,
does
she's
it.
an anomaly.
My
Yeah,
grandma does
that was
it,
not
But I think because
common.
of the fact that she's a Taino person, I think they don't often.
I think if you looked close enough, you would
she
see
might.
some hair.
She may have some.
That's what I mean. Like,
But, like,
she has one really long one.
My grandma has one.
She has
really long,
three- she
that
has three.
wraps around like a fucking sleeve.
ew, bitch, just pluck it. What are you doing?
I'm like, nah, grandma, keep
No.
that. That's you.
It's even
gives me
longer.
powers.
It's even longer inside.
So I
can't-
it keeps going.
So I can't pluck it.
it's like a nerve. It's just
You just
it's all
have to
throughout
cut.
her fucking.
You just have to cut it.
I mean, at that point, if it was just one, you would. It would be kind of crazy. But I was just saying that I feel like I
Some
find
people
it,
are relatively.
it's very
fearless.
weird that like say there if just look at people, go out and just observe women, and then it just depends on genetically. Do they have a ton of hair or do they have a little hair? Do they have blonde hair like my wife, so you can't notice anything? And I just find it fascinating that people don't pay attention to that at all, to the point where like that person is complaining about peach fuzz on the head. But I'm like, I know that person that posted that shit has probably come across, if they went to school, hundreds, if not thousands of girls that have hair on their fucking arms. And for some reason, it's just did not compute.
It's just wild to me that people just don't understand what peach fuzz in general. Like I just don't understand how you're not. I don't understand how you're a human being.
Like,
and
how
you're
are
not-
you here? How are you here and you don't know that?
Like that seems to like you're not even paying attention to yourself at that point.
Well,
So
I
it's
guess
like,
they're thinking like, oh, women don't have any hair at all. But I'm just
Fucking
what I'm
psychotic.
trying to get through is you've seen women, even if just look at women's forearms, please.
Yeah, we
The problem
God
is that
damn,
what
just look
I
at them.
said, and what that person said, unfortunately, get lumped together in a very disgusting way. Where they're like, "Yeah, I agree with what you said too."
Oh, yeah.
And she's a woman.
And it- yeah.
and it's like, oh man,
They think you're one of those people. I get it.
And it's
yeah.
like, no, that's not what I mean.
She looks like a real person.
Yeah,
Like Aloy looks like a real
Looks like
person,
an average
And she's not even
it's-
unattractive. She's not even unattractive. She's not even an unattractive character. I think Aloy is like
Yeah, not
decently
really.
she's
attractive.
just an average.
I never thought she was. I
attractive.
never thought she was ugly, but I never.
Easily.
I was.
She's not ugly, but comparatively, like remember when I did that a little while ago.
Blade.
I did that a little while ago when I was talking about the contrast of like, because I was kind of using celebrities as a threshold, where it's like if you're not, like I was saying, Drew Barrymore is technically ugly because she's not fucking Cameron Diaz, she's not fucking she's not top tier, but she's not actually ugly, right? You know what I'm saying?
Sure,
But that's exactly what they're doing with Aloy. Oh, they don't look fucking like Ivy or something with huge tits or something. And then it's just like Isabella in Dragon Age. Since she doesn't have massive tits anymore, all of a sudden she's ugly. And I'm like,
That's
not
so
ugly.
crazy. That's so crazy.
She's not ugly, but her tits are extremely
Did you
small.
guys see? Did you guys see the
They
substance?
were
They were
huge
comically
for
big.
no reason. Like in a game that didn't look good enough for a character to validate having tits that big. I was like,
Yeah.
I appreciate
chill.
it.
But I know what you're saying. It's
appreciate
like yeah. I mean, generally speaking, in our fiction, like we prefer to like look at things that are like fun to look at.
Yeah.
Not just like I believe that. Like nobody cares really.
Yeah.
There's no woman built like Karlach. And if they are, they're very far and few between.
Well, they have.
Well, the thing that's
drugs.
crazy. The thing that always.
Exactly.
Well, the thing that always.
especially is as femininely attractive. Not to be disrespectful, I tried to cut you off.
No, it's fine.
As femininely attractive as Karlach is, like often women that have her build don't stick the landing for both of those things.
Well,
you
yeah,
know?
she's a idealized.
They,
figure.
she doesn't. They don't stick both landings. They exist out there, and shout out to them. Talk to me,
But
please.
the thing that blows my mind about these conversations, like, and it used to bother me a lot, like back in the day too, where it was just like people would be like, "That's an unrealistic." Like there are certain people, it's like you'd be like a hot person in a game. It's like it's an unrealistic. That doesn't exist, and it's like yes, it fucking. People look
what
like
is
it.
Hollywood?
Like it's not most people, but like a lot of people. Like there are people who fucking look. Like I just saw. Did you see The Substance?
No, I heard about it though.
I've heard
Dude.
about it. I've heard good things about it.
Yeah, Margaret Qualley's in that movie, and it's like it's crazy. I'm just like she looks like a fucking like a video game. I'm like this is insane, but there's a real person.
Right.
It's not like impossible. So like I don't know.
I saw that a lot. I actually saw a handful of articles written about that, about Stellar Blade.
Yeah.
And some of them retracted, saying things like, "Oh, she looks unrealistic," because they're like, "Well, here's the model.
literally
that
a body scan.
Here is you fucking retards. Like, what are you saying?"
Yeah.
So that's
That's
always been a stupid.
The body positivity thing has always made like a two-pronged conversation where it's like, yeah, people.
It just brings out stupid people.
It
Like,
brings
this
out
gotta-
dumb. It brings
does.
out dumb
On
people
either
on both sides.
wherever, yeah.
That's true. And most people are like not. The vast majority of people are not really getting mad about that. What happens is that it got
No,
dramatized.
nobody gives a shit
Not
at
even
all.
a little bit.
It got dramatized. You know, like my girlfriend watches Captain America when in the first movie where Chris Evans looked insane, and she was like, "Oh, that looks great because it does." You know, I agree with that. You know, but
course.
the idea is that like, but people that look regular should also be depicted.
I
in
don't
these
care.
things.
I don't agree.
I don't care.
I don't think-
Should be depicted. Maybe not exactly in that. Those
I think it should
form
be
and fashion.
NPCs.
Those form and fashions, right?
I think they should be NPCs.
Oh yeah, like
I think if-
I don't want
here's-
an MC that looks like me.
Well,
you know,
here's the thing. I think if you want to do that as a creative enterprise, if as a game studio or as a film director or whatever, if you want to do that, if you want to cast like average looking people, or if you want to like make a game with normal looking people, I think you should be able to do that. Right. And
agree.
that's fine.
agree.
But like, I don't think it's necessarily like a should or should. Like, I don't think games should
No,
have hot
should-
people
no,
or
no, no,
should
no,
not.
no,
I
no,
think it's
no,
just
no,
like
no,
whatever
no.
an artist
It's
wants
not-
to do.
It's not a should. Sorry, the should is in the sense of storytelling. There are a lot of people that look really regular people. Like,
Yeah,
regular
sure.
people.
I think some stories
should.
benefit from that.
Yes, exactly.
most,
when
you know,
it comes to like action,
the stuff that we play,
yeah.
the stuff that
like
we're
I'm about
interested-
to play Marvel Rivals. If Wolverine looked like someone that should be his height from Canada,
Yeah,
that'd
yeah.
be terrible. I'm like, this guy looks so ill.
If Wolverine
he built like a 7-year-old.
if Wolverine looked like George Costanza, how would you feel? Like exactly, like photorealistically, bald and everything.
If he never was Wolverine, then I'd be like, this is disgusting. But if he was Wolverine,
in Marvel Rivals,
that'd be hilarious. You're
that's-
telling me that wouldn't be so
I have a-
fucking
it
it
funny.
would be funny. But
Getting kill streaks with fucking Gene.
That's
It's
awesome.
funny, but-
That's awesome. Like in a like
but
say
it's funny.
That's
It's
the-
awesome because it's funny.
Exactly,
'Cause It's
yeah.
so stupid.
It's
that anybody
for
would
that
do.
reason
Yeah.
only. It has to be like if you're gonna put an average person, I'm like, I don't want average. I want either very hot or extremely ugly. Like I just want
I want
extremities.
ridiculous in some way.
Yes, I want extremities. So like having a really attractive person on screen or in a video game, whatever, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Or having someone that just looks fucking. It's like when you're creating a character and you make someone who looks relative to you, that's just maybe a better version of yourself,
Yeah.
or you make someone that looks fucking horrific. You know?
It's like in Witcher, right? There's no reason why Geralt would look the way he would. There's no way. Geralt's gorgeous. So why would his line of work would not keep him looking that gorgeous?
Yeah, he looks
at
pretty
all.
pristine.
He's a beautiful man with he gets a cool scar down his face, opposed to
His
getting
beard's perfectly trimmed.
It's perfect
all the
and
time.
yeah.
That's always my favorite.
He has the fucking fade with the fucking man bun. It's
His
like,
fucking
you wouldn't-
smooth ass grunt, like his voice, like he's got everything going for him.
It's
Yeah.
like,
He's a
you wouldn't
man's
look-
man.
You wouldn't look like
That's
that.
always my favorite thing
Siri
about.
wouldn't look the way she would. She's a fucking warrior. She wouldn't look like that. She
That-
wouldn't be so well kept with nice boots. Like, come on. Like, it's.
That's always my favorite thing about like those old, like depicting old times where it's like, oh, their beards are perfect and their hair is perfect. Because if it wasn't, if it just looked like all fucked up, it would look lazy.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it would look like the like the people making the movie just didn't care.
Yeah,
Even if it was more accurate to the time.
that is true.
Yeah.
I think that's. I was just watching because for whatever reason, a bunch of red letter media just started pouring into my algorithm.
Oh, me too.
And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, let me just get back into it. And then I somehow got all the way back to watching a bunch of Star Wars reviews again from them.
Oh, yeah.
And then they were watching Rogue One, or reviewing Rogue One, and they were talking about, they were like, Darth Vader looked really fucking goofy, but they were saying, I think he was supposed to, because they were trying to make it look how he looked goofy in A New Hope. So that, like, because they were trying to be accurate with that fucking costume in A New Hope, it made it look weird in Rogue One. And it's the same thing. Like, if you're saying you're trying to accurately make them a little unkempt because they wouldn't be as groomed, people would be like, this guy looks fucking like, why didn't
Yeah.
they just clean him up?
He looks lame.
And it's like, well, this is a problem. I'm trying to be accurate, but what do you, so
That-
really,
Yeah, it's kind of a perfect example of like realism isn't necessarily like the
He looked
most
really
important.
dumb.
Like even The Last of Us and
is
stuff
so
like that.
true.
It's like they're like pristine. Like they're not as they're grimier than like other games for sure, but like they look pretty good throughout that entire
Abby
fucking
being
game.
a
yeah,
wall.
that's why it was hard. It was hard for me to accept Abby just because of, I'm like, all right, if Abby can do this, I'm sure the other men around her would be tanks. meaning that like, okay, clearly she has testosterone or something.
Yeah,
she
yeah.
has some things and she's using stuff that probably needs to be rationed, but let's forget about that. It's just one of the things where I was like, this is too stupid. Like, I don't even care if you made her as strong. If she, I don't, because like, say there's a lot of video game characters that are unbelievably strong, even though they don't look like they are.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just do that.
Name
Have
every
Abby
action-
just kick everyone's ass, but not look like she fucking lifts for a living. It's
She
kind of
looks
crazy.
like she looks like woman that genuinely like really takes like that body build. She looks like she can body build.
Well, I mean, that's what
maybe
they-
not roided out. But
I mean,
she
that's
looks
what
like
they
she definitely body built.
That's what they scanned her after.
In the
Yeah.
post-apocalypse.
yeah, that's exactly. That's the thing where I'm like,
and
come
it's
on,
like,
guys.
it's like, come on. And remember when you find her at the end and she's deflated,
Yeah, which
she looks like
which makes it even more crazy.
I think that
It's
is
like-
why they did it ultimately.
Yeah.
I think that is like to make that hit more.
Uh-huh.
They kind of like buffed her up in the beginning to it, but it's kind of the thing. It's like
she
if
beats
it
the
wasn't
dog
the-
shot at least.
if it wasn't
She beats
if it wasn't The Last of Us and it wasn't trying to be
So serious.
so serious and so real, I wouldn't even think about that.
It wouldn't even bother me a
You know.
little bit. I just beat Far Cry 5. That game is
you just beat it?
fucking ridiculous. So yeah, I only put like
That's the
That's the Giancarlo one,
that's
right?
the Jared
the
Leto
cult-
one, right?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, it is.
Yeah,
it is the.
It's
Jared
not
Leto
literally Jared Leto, but like there's a villain in that the main villain of that game looks to be like it's like they were like, can we get Jared Leto? And they were like, no. It was like fuck.
Fuck.
He's
And they got-
actually doing
Yeah,
this.
they
And
got
it's
this hipstery fucking and that game was really fun and it's so fucking goofy, but like because it's that universe, especially with Far Cry 3, they introduced like a lot of weird kind of mystical shit, and so it's
Yeah,
like
the
all right,
tattoos and stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm like, this is where we're at now. This is so there is some of the dumbest shit I've seen, and it just made me laugh so hard. And even just having like a fucking bear as a companion at a point, like you have Boomer the dog and Cheeseburger the bear, and you just have
His name's Cheeseburger? That's
Cheeseburger,
awesome.
and it's like this is so
Dude, in Far Cry 6, you get
Amazing.
an alligator.
You get
And like I didn't play all the way. I played like the first 3 and I was like, I like this, but I went on. I kind of want to play Far Cry more because I like those games actually.
5 is really fun, man. I really, especially
get it for my
I
Steam
needed
Deck. I got-
after Veilguard. I needed this.
I got
might
pulled
get it
off
after my
of
Steam Deck.
I got pulled off of 5. I think because of like the environment. Because it's like Pacific Northwest, right?
It's Montana.
Yeah, it's Montana, so it's very much like where we grew up, kind of like just woodland. And I remember being like, "This isn't hit."
Yeah,
Like, I like tropical,
Okay.
like so 3 and even 6 apparently is like very much like that too. But I never played 4.
6 exists already, right?
The one in
I
the
didn't play
Himalayas.
4. I didn't play that one.
I heard that one was crazy.
I heard that one's actually really good.
Yeah, there's in that game apparently in the beginning of that game. You meet the villain and you're like sitting in his like office or whatever, and he goes to like you're basically there trying to get, I don't remember the specifics, but like you're trying to get like a MacGuffin, right? And he leaves, and for like I think 10 real world minutes or something like that, and you're sitting there and you wait. And obviously, if you're playing the game, you're gonna get bored and you're gonna move around, and then the game starts. But if you just sit there and actually wait like 11 minutes. He just gives you the thing, and you win the game,
Oh, that's funny.
which is awesome. I
There's
love
a thing
that.
like that in Far Cry 5 in the beginning of the game.
I love that they do that.
I didn't.
Wait, really?
Well,
That's
yeah, because you have you have an option. It's basically it's like it's like accepting or rejecting, and obviously you need to reject, and like but you could just kind of submit, and you can kind of just like. All right, yeah, everything's cool. Like I'm not gonna resist anymore. Like, see
the
ya.
game's over.
and then it's kind of over. And then so
and,
that's
then the credits roll.
that's
like
the,
literally.
the first secret ending, and well, it's the only secret ending, but it's the first ending, and then there's 2 endings at the end of the game, and the
I like
game's-
that stuff.
The game's nuts, actually.
That's funny as fuck.
But it's so unrealistic. But like, say, I don't care in a way that. Right, if there is buff women walking around a Far Cry 5, I wouldn't care.
I wouldn't
even a
think
little
twice
bit.
about it.
Yeah, not even a little bit. Like, so that's literally the only thing that I feel like. God, I hated the discourse with that too, man. With number 2, with
2? Oh, Last of Us 2?
Last of
Yeah.
Us 2. I hated the discourse.
That was
because
annoying,
It's the
yeah.
same thing that happened with Veilguard. It's
people were being fucking wild. For
It just
Last of
makes
Us
me so
2 in
mad.
particular, though.
It bothers me too as somebody who doesn't. Like, I don't hate that game really.
Right.
Like I think it's a good game.
Right.
I
I
just
actually like
like,
the game.
but it frustrates me because I feel like I can. It's the only game that I've played of that caliber and of that high esteem where I feel like I can see the writers writing it in front of me. You know what I mean? Where it's like we want you to sympathize with that Abby, so here's a dog to play with. You know what I mean? And it feels very
contrived.
It feels like I could see Neil Druckmann being like, and like drop things in front of you as you're playing, and I'm just it's so
my problem
clear to me.
is that that game has a lot of things where like I think the people that like the game, a lot of them had a particular mindset where they wanted a certain kind of story done. I think Neil kind of to his detriment was like, I'm just gonna do something different because I want to, which is whatever you say about it. But then I think the people's reaction was ridiculous.
It was ridiculous.
Like people like Laura Bailey talked about like what she was experiencing.
Dude, people are weird. People like,
and it was fucking sane. I was like, what?
It's the same thing with
that. We met them before. We met those people.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
and they're like extremely kind, sweet humans. And like, just,
well, I mean, yeah,
they're.
I don't know them, but like,
From
what we've seen,
from your impression,
they're very nice. Like Matt Mercer's very nice.
Travis was extremely sweet to me. Marisha was family. I'm upset at her family. Her family's
Marisha's cool. But listen, you're gay. So
other than that,
so should we move on? I forgot what we were talking about, kind of.
Well, I don't know, something about something, but
niggas being weird, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was gonna mention the Star Wars. What's her face in the in the second movie?
Leia?
Last Jedi.
Last Jedi?
No, the Asian lady.
Oh, the Rose.
She had the same thing too, where she was like harassed off the internet. It's like it's not her fault.
It wasn't her fault.
What the fuck are you doing?
That's why I wish these goblins understood that.
People are never gonna say that because they're fucking retarded.
But you know what the thing that
people have the right amount of annoyance funneled into the wrong amount of rage leveled at the exact wrong people.
People are so mean and freaking on the girl that played Rey, and it's like, first of all, she's objectively a great actress.
Who?
The woman that played Rey, I forgot her name, is
Daisy
Scott.
Daisy
Scott.
Jamie Foxx?
Yeah, Daisy. Jamie Scott played Rey.
Daisy Scott. She was.
I thought you meant Ray Charles.
She's a good actress, like a pretty fucking good actress. But the thing is that she was given a shit.
Yeah, role. No one had no one said anything
John
about
Boyega's a good actor.
The way she was delivering her lines.
John Boyega was a good actor, and he got another situation too. Adam Driver's a fantastic actor.
I don't think anybody said anything about him though.
Well, no, people were shitting on people shat on every aspect of that series.
I guess I'm just saying.
But they weren't the main. I didn't
see people be like fucking Adam Driver. They're like, ooh, cool white guy.
Look how broad he is. For this, he's just broad.
He's very broad and wide.
Look at how unconventional his skull is.
And everyone's like, this is so stupid.
Oh man, these fandoms suck ass. I mean,
it sucks.
The people are trying to be humans, right? The people that are creating stuff, and them just saying things is enough to upset people. Like Neil Druckmann became a punching bag because he started talking about some progressivism and things that pertain to himself. And then it didn't help that he hired Anita Sarkeesian. I'm like, okay, it's over. At this point, he's never not going to get shit just because of those things. But the fact that you know about these people when before it was kind of always faceless. Like, say, when we were growing up.
Oh, dude, I had no idea.
We didn't know anything about Hideo
Kojima was the only person I knew of, and that's really only because he wouldn't not let you know.
That's very true.
Like, I made this.
Very true. A Hideo Kojima game.
That is
Hideo
very
Kojima,
true.
Directed by Hideo Kojima, and then he would literally go on a green screen and be like, "Hi, I speak." You know?
That is very true.
He's the only person I knew.
Now it's like
since the early 2010s, I think, like we started like, oh, okay, Ken Levine, he did BioShock. Oh, okay,
these are people.
Neil Druckmann.
There's so much footage of them, and then
the problem is that the people that like Last of Us
now you can access their social medias, and these people go out of their way and
the thing about this, right? There's a lot of people that like Last of Us, right? They'll be like, "I saved my daughter because it was the right thing to do," and it's like, well, yeah, I guess, but like you have to rationalize what you're doing by doing that. You know, a lot of people don't do the rationalizing thing.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Because I think a lot of people that like Last of Us were like people that would like, you know, damning the world because of their selfish desires, you know? Granted, I get why. I might even do it.
I very much just disagree with that entire
I might even do it. Like I might even like save my daughter over that at the same time.
The core concept of The Last of Us Part 2 is also just one that I don't agree with.
Like what?
I just don't. They're not going to make that vaccine. It's not possible.
Well, yeah. I think that's a valid point, right? To be like, oh, the vaccine's how like.
Also, if
look how much shit's going on right now.
Also, here's the thing. Also, just ask her. That's the other thing too.
I think that would have been the best way to go about it. Like,
Well,
hey,
yeah,
do you want to do you want to do this?
Do you want to do this? And if she says
Autonomy.
yeah, it's like, well, what can you do then?
And but she did. She did say that.
After
Autonomy.
she didn't agree to do it.
She said that in the game. She 100%. She said
She didn't.
Like,
She didn't say that in the first
Chris,
one. In the second one,
Chris-
in the second one they retcon it. I think.
Chris, she 100% says, like, hey, I could save the world. I want to do this. She didn't know it would kill her. True.
Yeah, they didn't tell her that.
True, she didn't know it would kill her.
That's the whole
kind of
idea.
the,
But at
that's
the
the
same
core
time-
point of what I'm saying.
But at the same time, it's like, hey, just like maybe ask her is the ultimate like brevity to all the situations. Like,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
ask this young woman.
But also, yeah.
But the Fireflies didn't do that either. You know, so like it's a series of like a bunch of people doing fuck
Well,
things.
yeah.
we
I
can't,
understand why they
here's my thing. You can't make a vaccine for a fungus right now.
I agree.
Like right now,
I
with our
agree.
current technology in the world isn't to shit. You're not. There's no. You can't. So like, what are we
I
doing?
agree. I would be like, hey,
Very stupid.
I mean,
I would-
it's in that
It's a thought
in that
process.
setting where they're what are those clicker things called? Like in that setting,
I guess,
I
yeah.
mean, you probably can, maybe, but it just.
I mean, a fungus can't do that. To
I didn't
you in
have
this
like
modern
look.
world,
I
you
had
know?
no.
They can do that to other animals though.
Well, yeah, but our body temperature.
I honestly had no problem
You
with
know,
it.
we can't do that.
But so there's too many. Again, it
Like, I
wouldn't
agree, though. I
wouldn't bother
agree.
me if the game wasn't trying to be so grounded and real.
I agree. At the same
I
time.
understand.
You know?
I mean,
If it was Resident Evil, I'd be like, cool. You know?
It was Resident
Kill that
whatever.
bitch. Slaughter that bitch.
If it's Resident Evil, the final fight would have been crazy.
That would have been.
It would have been like
yes.
you know when he was in the surgery room and he like kills the. I
Yeah.
like how the. I still can't get over that
They
the
changed skin
doctor
color.
used to be brown, and then I
It
was
is
like,
so
wait,
funny.
This progressive Neil Druckmann.
They could have just.
Sir.
It is insane.
If you made if you made Abby Brown too, it come on, man.
I
You
just
know.
don't understand that. Like that's one of the
Derek,
most
you know-
baffling things
Derek,
to me.
you
Where it's
know.
like,
come on,
no, I don't know.
Derek. Look,
Why would okay,
you
sir,
and I,
sir,
you and I, and
sir,
him would
Why
not
would
care.
you consult Anita Sarkeesian? You have the balls to do something like that, and then just not take the layup.
Derek? You
Explain this to me.
and I
Do I know?
and Chris would be like, oh, it's fine. They're brown, playing as a brown person that kills Joel.
Look,
Everybody else would
Here-
have been like,
but look at here's the thing.
they're still around.
If they look at if
She could have been mixed at least.
It
Like I
at
don't
least
know.
could've
Like
been
it's.
mixed.
I would have
It
been
could've been
fine
mixed.
with
You're
it.
right. You're totally
They could have
right.
still kept the dad brown and made her white, and it would
yeah, like
still
he
make
has a
sense.
white ass mom or something.
Yeah.
Look, I think
And then the dad still looks like
It is
"Hello?
crazy.
Hello.
Now, so
Oh no, boo.
there's a turban on.
does that imply? Does it imply? So theoretically, that implies that Joel was so angry
that he saw a
that
brown
he saw a
person.
brown person. Like he was like, "I'm gonna kill this guy. I have to make it easier for me, so I'm gonna make him brown."
Yeah. That's interesting.
I think
That's
that's
Joel is Oh wow.
Yeah.
that's why they made Pedro Pascal Joel in the
Brother,
future afterwards.
Holy fuck. If
because Joel sees himself as a brown person now, but technically he's not brown.
Himself. What do you
if
mean?
Neil told me
Pedro
that as
Pascal's
an
a fucking the tan person, I guess.
if they said that as an explanation, I would actually be a little bit like respect. To where it's like he literally
He's
was
actually racist.
He was never brown. He's just racist, and it just charged him up to be able to kill this innocent.
He did
doctor.
feel real around that black family. He didn't feel offended about. He
incredible.
didn't at all.
I
He didn't
love
at all.
That's my new canon.
I don't like-
that Joel is seething racist, and it only showed little pockets of it, like right
I
there.
don't
Yeah,
even
yeah.
like Joel
I
to
love
begin
that.
with, but I just don't want him to be racist.
You didn't like
know?
him?
No, I hate Joel. I think he's a piece of shit, but I think that's fine for the story he's in.
I mean,
I think it's fine for the story he's in.
I think it's just a weird
there's
I
so
think,
many video game characters that you would have to classify as being a piece of shit by just existing.
Agree. I'm not denying that.
But then why would that be
Because
the
I like
thing that makes him a piece of shit?
I like heroes. I've always been a hero person, you know. That's just been my thing, you know. Like I don't like anti-heroes.
Ronald
like-
Reagan,
But like,
Rush Limbaugh.
Ronald Reagan
In-
is my least favorite person ever. And
hold
it
on.
hurts me that you said that.
No, he's your hero.
I mean,
You had the pinup poster of
the idea of
Yeah.
having you walk into my house
and there's a pinup Reagan.
and there's a
Yeah.
pinup Reagan, and Lily's like, "Yeah, just leave it there."
I'm scared to touch it because my skin burns when I touch it.
It's like a vampire trying to go in daylight, and it's like, ah.
I feel like that's a level of like I would respect it at that point.
totally.
Because there are people who like
Totally.
simp for Reagan in a really weird way, But like, if you go in their room and they got a pinup, it's like, oh, okay.
I think simping for Reagan while
guy
being
really
a
likes
person that can like read, breathe, and like look at history is a fucking disaster.
History.
History. The history design. History text covered in piss.
Anyway, so my least favorite. My least favorite food is lobster.
Is it really though?
Yeah, I don't like bugs of any kind.
Yeah.
That was the question that got us to here, by the way.
That is the question. I don't know.
Like sea bugs?
It's amazing.
No, I'm very aware that they're just roaches. And it
Not quite, but close.
no, they are literally like if somebody has a roach allergy, they're also allergic to lobsters. Did you know that?
Well, it's because
You have a roach allergy? So
shellfish.
chitinous things, I guess?
So the thing is, if roaches had protein in the way that tasted like those things, I think a lot of people would overlook the roaches, because you know how a lot of people eat bugs. Bugs do not taste like fucking lobster or crab or anything remotely like that. So
People that eat bugs make, like, if I see somebody eat bugs, I really think about them differently immediately. I'm like, oh, you're a monster.
Yeah,
that's
you're a
crazy.
monster.
That's so much of the
you're a monster.
world.
Yeah.
It's so much of the
I'm
world.
aware.
I agree.
I'm aware.
No, I'm very.
You're primitive to
I'm
me.
very opposed. I just don't like
It's like eating small mammals.
the image of it.
Like, what's
but
wrong
also,
with
I don't
you?
really. I actually just don't like the taste of it really that much. Like, I don't hate it, but
To me, like
I would rather eat like a million other things.
shrimp
than
and
lobster.
crab. I mean, lobster's fine. Like, to me, lobster, the expense of it, and I've always just crab and shrimp, fucking, especially, man. If there's like you grill shrimp, holy shit. It's the flavor's amazing.
I cannot get my I
haven't had grilled shrimp, to be fair. I would be open to trying it. I just like kind of.
There's like this like I don't even think there's Red Lobsters anymore. They closed down most of them.
Yeah.
But
They're
they would
gone.
have like this garlic like wood grill, fire grill, whatever the fuck they would do with it, and I was like, this is stupid. How good this shit is. It's good, but also if something creeps you out or you just think it's gross, I mean, to me, there's no reason to try to push it on somebody, because that's how people be like, I can't believe you haven't eaten this. And I'm like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah, I like to try I like to try foods. You know what I mean? Like when I was dating Lacey, that was like, she opened me up to that a lot. She was like, you should try all this stuff. And I was like, you're probably right. And so I'm fine to try a bunch of stuff, but like if I have a choice and it's like if I'm hungry, I'm not risking something. I'm not gonna order something that I'm not sure about. You know what I mean? Like I want
Of course, yeah.
and that's pretty much the only time I eat is when I'm hungry, because I forget to eat
That
until
is
I'm
you.
hungry. So like,
that is you.
yeah.
Mr. fucking Honey Nut Cheerios. Yeah, you hand scooped Cheerios.
For breakfast this morning before we recorded, I had 3 handfuls of Honey Nut Cheerios because I was thinking like, do I?
You're in your 30s, man.
I know that's not a common occurrence, to be fair. Like I normally do wake up like a little bit early, or like I'll just like wait and have like proper breakfast or lunch like later. But like today, I was like, I don't know, I need something. And I just didn't feel like making an egg.
Choked it down like a bird. You weren't even fucking chewing.
just throat crushing it.
Damn.
Anyway, we got let's do one more.
One more.
V has come to wrote in. Says, hello, Snark Tank crew, longtime listener, first time question asker. Welcome, if you're telling the truth. I work at the airport in Philly, and my coworker asked if he could pay me to suck my dick. We have had only one conversation before this interaction, and I wanted to know if you guys have had a similar situation happen to you before.
No.
And if not, what would you do in my situation?
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He's gonna give you money for him to suck your dick?
He's gonna get paid and he's gonna get his dick sucked, I guess.
Oh, that's a double combo.
So you have a gay coworker. I think if this dude was homosexual, he would have just done it and he wouldn't have posted about it. You know what I mean? Like, it would have been like, oh, fuck
or
yeah.
just not. Yeah.
Oh, this would have been silent.
There's something here, man.
Like if if I was propositioned like that, I would decline and then I would take the story to you guys. But if I was somebody who was like accepting, it would just stay with me. You feel me? Like
Right.
it would just. So I think this person probably declined.
And if you didn't do it, you just probably wouldn't mention it in this way. You know what I mean?
I mean, I've had some like.
What do you mean?
I think he did it.
You think it?
I think he did it.
You think? No, I wouldn't.
What would you do in my situation? What do you mean? What did you do?
Like, so wait, so you're saying because if I did it, I wouldn't. So I'm very aware of projection.
Mm.
If I'm doing something that I perceive that would make me
that is kind of like a negative to my character or something that goes against me, I am not going to tell people about it.
Right, but this is I think what's happening here is reverse psychology.
I feel like that doesn't work for. I mean,
I feel like it could.
It could be that, but I just feel like then you're a dumb person because now you're putting it out there for people to even know that this situation happened, and then there's a possibility that you did do it. You could just be lying. It's a dumb thing to even put that out there into the ether.
I agree.
So it could be. So this guy did it. This guy definitely did it.
So I mean, congratulations. No, look, I've never had this happen. I don't even know where you would have to be for this. Something.
I've had something similar, but it's still kind
You've been propositioned.
Not
for this.
Hold on,
I've been propositioned, not like this.
Wait a minute. I want to know about both of your guys' propositions.
Okay, you go first.
I fucked one of my pregnant friends.
What?
But that's like a different. That's not the same thing. But I even.
So it's not the same.
But even I said it's not. I literally said beginning with.
Well, why would you
it's
even
not
talk?
the same.
It's so not even related to this scenario.
I was like, I've been propositioned before, but like that's not even remotely. I clarified that from the beginning. Like not even like this is so bananas. I'd be like, no.
You know what you said right now? Like if someone asked you, hey man, you ever had seafood before? And you're like, well, I mean, it's not the same thing, but I've had cow. You're like, what the fuck? Why did you even say that?
I've had tuna before, I guess.
I'm like,
does that matter?
Negro, we're not even talking about that. I want to know, did some dude come up to you and be like, I want to fucking suck you dry, homie? What's good?
Not even like I've never been like nothing like that.
That has never happened to me.
You said you've been.
And if I have,
on 2 occasions I've had a couple approach me at like a bar.
At a bar
twice.
Okay.
I was with my girlfriend too, so it was like not just me.
How bold is that?
It's crazy.
You're with a girl and like, hey,
yeah,
hey, you only shut up, bitch.
It was like literally, like come join us or whatever, and I was like, no,
that's
no,
dude. I love that. Like,
I want no part of this.
I love that confident gay man. It's like that stereotype is real.
Yeah.
Like so like when I make gay parodies or whatever, when we make them, there is a subgroup of these dudes that are so, because you know how horny men are, and then they're just like, hey guy,
yeah,
what's good? And I'm like,
well, I should say one was just a guy, and then the other one was like a couple.
Okay,
so it was like a couple approaching us too.
Okay.
But like that was very weird.
That the swinger shit or the couple, whatever you call it, that shit's weird too. Because I can't imagine that at all.
I can't imagine that. First of all, I can't imagine that as a premise, and then secondly, I can't imagine that as a premise with complete strangers.
With complete strangers,
you know what I mean? Like I don't trust you. How do I know you're not gonna fucking say? I would sooner do that with people that I knew.
Yes,
but like,
there's a chance you're gonna get robbed.
Yeah, I had somebody. Look, it was technically it wasn't like an in-person proposition, but I had somebody ask me to like be their like they wanted
a throuple.
No, they wanted like it was like a cuck thing. Like they wanted me to
smash their girl.
Yeah, and I remember being like, I'm not doing that. You're gonna like pull a gun with a silencer up to the back of my head while I'm
right before you come leaving.
I need that nigga to be handcuffed, and then I'll think about it.
I could never do that. I could never do that because I feel like for me that would destroy me so bad. Like if like Lily asked like, hey, can I fuck some other guy? You be in a room. I'd be like, oh great, we don't have to be together anymore. Yeah. Like, that's it. Like
why do I have to be there?
You being the cuck is crazy.
Like why do I have to be
but
there?
But you being the cuck, I don't know what you call them. The person that's the bull. Okay, the bull. Yeah. You being the bull. Less crazy.
He's sitting there like this.
Yo, burn this picture, dog.
You just turn into that shit.
I can't even make myself like that. I feel like I'm not at this phase yet.
I just like, how do I get?
It is genuinely. He looks like
that's amazing.
He looks like he just touched a ball of infinite wisdom, and he can't process it. The eye is really what drives. The eye is what drives me crazy.
He got madness
because like without the eye, this would look like just like a very unfortunate human being. You know what I mean? It's just like he's like unhealthy. He's like having a rough go.
He looks feral,
but the eye makes him look.
He looks like there's So there's this band called Meshuggah. Shut the fuck up. I didn't say what kind of band. There's this pop group.
There's this metal band called...
this pop group.
That's a very funny response to this. You have to admit.
There's this band called Venereal Disease.
But like there's the lead singer, it's called the Meshuggah phase. and like the lead singer essentially is doing this, but without a lazy eye.
His
he just
teeth
doesn't
are
have-
he even has elongated canines. He's not a person.
They are much sharp. Like I just like there's because like mine are a little sharp, but not really.
Mine are like slightly elongated, but that is what a beast looks like.
I just like that he
I
has
have one. I broke my other one.
his
That's
jaw
what a
is-
werewolf looks like.
I just like that his jaw is so strong. Like he doesn't have speed, right? But he has like superior jaw strength. So if he does get you, you cannot get out.
He's like a pit bull person.
yeah. So he's just like, all right,
He has,
clamps on
he
you.
has the jaw strength of a snapping turtle.
Fucking 3 billion
Just
PSI.
as fast too.
Did you say 3 billion psi? Is that what you said?
I don't know what the fuck that is.
That would shatter.
The planet, maybe a continent.
That is insane.
continent.
Bite into the Earth's core. This guy can do
This is the
it.
guy
If
that
anyone
chews
can do it.
He chews concrete like bubblegum. Is this guy?
I love this, man. I want people to like do variants of this. Like get him with a Fu Manchu, an eye
is
patch,
crazy.
like punished. What is this guy's name?
Punished rabid sween.
Rabid swing is so.
Rabbit Sweet. I love it.
No, it'd have to be like nega swing.
Nega
Nega
Sweet.
sween's a white man.
Notice how I really emphasize the E there.
Yeah. Nega.
Nega sween is like a white version of this. Like if this is white, that'd be like nega sween.
So this is like
Is it implied that
feral swing.
nega means you're the opposite race?
I'd assume so.
I don't
I
think
would-
so.
that's
Because
the
races
opposite
don't
of
have
it.
opposites.
That's never how it worked
Race isn't a real
before.
thing, yes, but shut up. So you're ruining the fucking the image of it.
Yeah.
Fucking dummy. Don't
Whatever.
bring real logic into fucking.
Like
Wanted.
is reverse flat? He's reverse swing. Is reverse flash black?
No, he couldn't be black. They would have killed him by now if he was black.
Snark
He wouldn't
Tank
have had a chance to do all the
shop.
thumbs up.
Snark
No,
Tank shop.
absolutely
Wanted.
not. No.
All right, let's
Coming
get the fuck out of here.
Coming soon.
It's getting off
Well,
the
I
rails.
hate that you turned it. You fucking piece of shit.
As soon as he got the camera on me.
Get this shit, nigga. This man.
Coming soon. Snark Tank shop. I tried to hit up this one guy. He's I found this artist forever ago where he made this like demonic Urkel. Because remember we did that Urkel bit? And like
I don't remember the Urkel. What was the Urkel?
You
bit?
don't remember the Urkel bit? Well, it was first it was the theme song. It was the theme song being it like Negroes hanging from several trees. And then there was Steve being a nuisance, and then Carl at the end killing him, and then
did I do that?
sexually
Yeah, okay, I
assaulting
remember.
his daughter.
I remember that.
just being, yeah. So anyway, it made me think of that
Did
picture
I do
of
that?
this evil demonic picture of Urkel. And that artist, I was like, holy shit, I wonder what that artist is up to. And I messaged him trying to, because I was like, I would love to get some art done. And if you saw it, you guys would be like, oh, that's awesome. But he hasn't gotten back to me yet.
Come to find
Jesus
out.
Christ, this fucking this is still here.
He scared you. Oh man. So yeah, I guess we're gonna head the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
We're gonna read our $25 and up patrons now. Remember, you can join. Oh, I never said fucking Patreon. Whatever. We'll do it next time.
Patreon. I got it.
Patreon.com/Snark. That is crazy cool.
Yeah. So this is like, this guy dropped this like in mid 2000s or something. I can't remember. It was so long ago. I remember having on like MySpace, or it was when you used to be able to have backgrounds in your YouTube channel.
Oh yeah.
This
yeah.
was like my background.
Damn,
shit.
you remember that? That's
Hell
crazy.
yeah, dude.
I forgot all about that.
I started posting regularly in 2008 when I was just doing like guitar shit.
Yeah, 8, 9, 10
Yeah.
was around that time.
Yeah.
And then I think 11 or like late 10 they did the switch.
got
to
rid of all
fucking-
this
They
shit,
did the
yeah.
Google Plus. You remember Google Plus?
Oh.
When you had to have the Google
You
Plus.
had to have a
Oh
Google
my
Plus account.
God, for YouTube.
That
right?
totally
failed so hard.
That
Yeah.
feels like that's an actual eternity ago.
It really is in Google Hangouts too. Like that was a normal thing where
Yeah, I remember even in 2016, like
Pre-Discord
I would be
times.
doing Google Hangouts with
Yeah.
people. That's how I did Patreon Hangouts. with people,
Right,
was the Google
right.
Hangouts. That's
That
man,
was pre-Discord.
very
it's a
different.
completely different platform, man.
It totally
It feels just so different.
I hate it.
Yeah. Anyway, Patreon.com/Snark Tank. If you want to join up over there, throw us a coin or two. Jump into one of these tiers. We're gonna read the $25 and up names. Before I go, I do want to say I don't normally do this kind of thing, but I don't normally have an experience like this. There's a game on Steam called Mouthwashing, and it is one of the coolest like psychological horror games I think I've ever experienced. Ever. And it's like 2.5 hours, like a perfect like short runtime. Highly recommend it. Not paid at all.
How much does it
Just
cost?
really cool. I think it's like $13 or something.
For 2 hours.
Yeah, I mean it's like one of those things where it's like it's you know.
I'm putting it on my wish list. I'm gonna see if we can catch on.
Yeah,
because
catch it on a sale. It's very good.
Okay.
Okay. Small team, 7 guys, I think. Wildly good.
Yeah. So
But-
guys, no women. That's why it's so good.
Yo, you can play a demo of Holston. That shit looks fucking. I haven't popped it up yet, but that shit looks cool as shit.
What is it?
I think I mentioned it before. It was like Holston.
Holston?
Did I not? If I'm saying this
That
wrong, I
sounds,
apologize.
doesn't sound familiar to me.
God damn it! I feel like I may have talked about this before, but there's a demo of it up right now. And this shit
On
I
Steam?
I just like. Let me pull it up real fast so you can just see. Maybe you've seen this shit. So it's just like, come on, you fucking Steam app. It's so good. The Steam app's really good, but it basically when you're fighting, it's you see the art style, but like when you're starting to fight, it goes into first person.
Oh, I think I have seen this.
Like it goes in like first person. It looks kind of like Resident Evil 4.
What's it called?
Holston.
Really? That's not. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, and like it's the demo's right. I haven't tried it yet, so but I'm gonna try it pretty soon.
How much does it cost?
It's not out yet, so it doesn't have a price.
I probably guess about the
this
small
shit
games.
looks cool.
Small games probably about like 20.
Yeah,
The-
I like the. I've never seen anyone because you see that fucking like that platform all the time, right? But I never see like it engage in the first person on that level. I was like, that looks really cool.
Yeah.
You fight zombies and shit?
It looks like zombies, some type of fucking creatures.
Zombies or black.
Yeah, I think I saw that on like
on.
there's also like. Oh my god, what the fuck is that game? I keep seeing it on my timeline and I keep telling myself to like pay attention to it. But it's like it's an FPS, but it's all drawn. And it looks crazy cool, but like I don't damn it. I'll bring it up next time. I'm sure I'll see it again.
Yeah.
It's really fucking cool. It's got like it's really weird. Anyway,
I'm trying to like get like better footage of it. It's not like
yeah, it's like isometric Resident Evil and then it like goes to first person.
Yeah.
Or third person. That's such a cool idea.
yeah. I like.
I'm surprised I've never seen that before.
Right. That's what I was like. That's cool.
Yeah.
Cool. She's dope.
I'm into it. And there's also Marvel Rivals tomorrow, so it's like
Oh, it's finna
Which I'm
be
actually
crazy.
curious about.
I'm finna go. Wow! Oh my god! They revealed Wolverine. He looks insane.
Does he?
You haven't seen it?
I don't know, man. That shit.
Look, dude. I'll show you. I'll show you right
just
now.
kind of have to like accept for what I'm just kind of going in as like I don't know, whatever.
Doesn't it
This
just
doesn't matter.
look like fucking everything else?
It does look like everything else.
Yeah.
What do
But-
you mean? I guess I know what you mean. The game looks really. I've played it.
Yeah.
So from the played aspect, it plays.
It
really
plays really
cool.
well. Okay.
Plays really cool.
It's free, so I'll check it out.
I'll
Yeah,
show you-
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
show
It's
you
not like
Wolverine.
Concord where they're charging you.
What the hell's happening?
Just screaming, Jesus Christ!
Guy he can just turn his volume off. I'm ready, bitch.
I don't like black people particularly, except for Storm. That bitch bad as
Ready,
fuck.
cuck. What the hell? He's all okay.
How tall is he?
Definitely 5'3".
Is he like 2'9"?
It looks a lot like Smite.
It's like Smite.
Mm. Come here, come here, N-word. Black people steal.
Why is he so fucking bulky?
He is kind of.
He's broad. He's always been a broad dude.
No, that's crazy, bro.
No, Wolverine he's your height,
Bro,
and he's like 200
That looks-
pounds.
his head is like
oh, that's
his gigantic fucking broad body, and then his head is like the size of his.
he looks.
balls.
First of all, the drip is insane. The drip is immaculate, but the thing he's like because he's like 200 pounds in your height, dude.
I thought that was the bones.
No, with the bones, he's like 300 pounds.
What? He weighs
I
less
can't-
somehow?
No, he's like 200.
How can you weigh him with no? But what I'm saying is like, how can you weigh him without the bones?
Well, because it's what do you mean?
There is no Wolverine without his bones.
Well,
what do you
before-
mean?
Before he got the skeleton, he didn't have always. Have
So
a
he
skeleton.
so when
Oh,
he
you mean
was
before he got the coding?
yeah before you get
so he was 4'1".
he was no
at
Chris
200 pounds.
Yes.
Chris
Yes.
he was 5'4".
He was 3'6" and 500 pounds. He was 1'2".
He was 0'7". He was 0'12".
0'12".
Negro bub. I mean,
right.
let's go.
Let's read the names.
Ah!
Count me down.
Killing Negroes barrage. 3, 2, 1.
You're a rascal, Mr. Grinch.
Mr. Beep.
Your moral code is bent. You sell cigarettes to children and you lace them all with Fent, Mr. Grinch. It's It's good. I like that.
That is
Pretty good.
so bad.
Damn,
That is
tis
so-
the season.
Tis to say, it's weird. Like I know it's my birthday, but I forget that. Sometimes I also forget that it's also the start of December.
Christmas time.
It's weird. Like I don't know.
It feels gross in California, so that's always been a thing.
It's
over here.
it's also like uncharacteristically like it's nice out.
Yeah.
Like I feel like even this time last year it was kind of cold.
Well, it rained a fuck ton last year, though. That's why.
No, it fucking didn't.
It literally did. Of course, it's really anti-rain. Don't fucking lie to me like that, dude.
I love the idea of people being like really, really like hyper defensive over things that really don't have anything to do with anything.
I did that at JoJo on accident.
What'd you do?
You know the band The Neighborhood?
Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason.
They
Yes.
like
have
that,
that
man.
song. I only know one song of theirs, Sweater Weather.
Yeah.
And I had no fucking clue the lead singer is a dude. I had no idea.
What?
Yes. So all I am is a man, blah, 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 with my toes in the sand. You know, it's too cold. So JoJo says that's a guy. And we were driving to my homie's house, and I'm like, shut the fuck up. I'm like, that sounds like a fucking chick. I had no clue. This song's been out for like literally a decade.
That's I've masturbated that song so many times.
You masturbate the music.
But
is
like,
crazy.
I
Can
thought
you fucking imagine?
that, yeah, specifically.
You can masturbate to metal. I'm sure of it.
No, that's crazy.
I masturbate to penis music. Imagine running into somebody like you open someone's door and they're banging one out to penis music.
He's like sweaty, hunched over, 1 foot on the desk. Just
I'm closing the door. Never speaking of that. 'Cause that's too weird.
I'm
foot on the
sealing.
desk is
I'm
crazy.
sealing that room. I'm sealing that room up.
But look, I got obnoxiously upset when JoJo said to me, like, I don't know that. She was like, really? You didn't know that was a guy? Like, sounds like a guy to me. And I got like unreasonably upset.
That happened to me literally a few days ago too. Actually,
I'm just like, you can't fucking tell me that the Neighborhood. I was like, anyone who's heard that song, the sweater.
I know
song.
what to do because I've seen them live.
But see, that's the thing.
Right, yeah.
If the only way you would actually know it's a guy is if you knew that information. But if you just heard that song on the fucking radio, that sounds like a female
I
singing.
get somebody assuming it's a woman. Yeah.
Well, to me, it's just an obvious, natural thing to assume it's a woman.
Yeah.
You wouldn't naturally assume it's a guy because that voice is not like a male's voice in any way, shape, or form. It's not even like a falsetto male.
What you do in a situation where you
but
could have
in
done?
that situation, I kind of snapped a little bit unreasonably because when she said that, like, it sounds like a guy to me, it made me upset that I'm like, it almost made me sound like I'm stupid. Like, I'm the one who's stupid that doesn't understand.
You got offended. It offended your intelligence for no good reason.
in a way that was so silly, but I was like, don't fuck it. You can't sit here and tell me this sounds like a guy.
Me and Lily got into an argument
I'm
because
raising my voice.
I said venereal.
really
I said
mad.
venereal disease, and Lily was
Right.
like, "Venereal is not a real word," and I was like, "Yes, it is." She was like, "No, it's not."
What do you mean?
Venereal, because she didn't know. She never heard the word
Venereal
venereal.
disease
So
is
she never heard about
absolutely-
VD.
She never because people don't use that shit very often anymore. That's true. But she was just like, "It's a venereal disease, is a real word." She's like, "You think you mean vag?" And I was like, "No, venereal, like venereal."
She knows.
And then she was like, "What's a venereal disease?" I was like, "Well, pretty much any STD, if I'm not mistaken." I was like, "I could be wrong. Like, I think there might be a nuanced difference, but I'm pretty sure this means STD."
Yeah.
And we got into an argument, and I was like, "Lillian, I know I'm right about this. I've heard it so many times." Like, I've heard this so much. He's like, "No, it's not true." We can compliment that all the time because of the fact that obviously I'm insane and I have half knowledge about things sometimes, which is true. That's not a fucking thing for her to be like crazy about. But I was like, I know this. I know this phrase. It's real. And she was like, epitome, right? People say epitome. That's a bridge way of people saying it. It's not always epitome.
People, no.
Yes, they do. Yes, they don't do this to me right now, Chris.
I personally haven't heard anybody pronounce it that way, and if they did, I'd probably want to slap them.
People say it. It's not common, particularly in the way in America.
People
People
can
say
say it.
epitome here is wrong based on like the fact that epitome is the way we say it over here. But epitome is a real fucking phrase. It's very real.
Okay, I don't have the energy.
To me, you would just have to show me an example, and then I'd believe you.
All right, I guess.
You know, like if I've heard like a British person reading out epitome, and that's how they say it, I'd be like, okay,
Are you
fine.
thinking of epitaph?
no epitome.
All right. Where?
It's like, to me, it would be like saying like Antigone instead of Antigone. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I'd be like, no, it's not Antigone.
Or
it's
aspartame.
Antigone.
I think
Instead of aspartame. It's just not right.
I agree that it's just the wrong way people usually say it. Like I'm not the common factor in this at all.
You know, but
I'm not alone.
I'll give you credence by saying, so I was watching some Dragon Age Origins, and then so we say Corypheus,
but this British guy was saying Corypheus. And so that's the way this British nigga was saying it. And I'm like, well, I can't be like, is he saying it wrong? I'm like, that's maybe just how they say it in Britland.
Yeah, I don't know. Fictional names and stuff like that. For me, it's like, whatever. Huh.
Literally, my favorite D&D setting area is like, say however you want. The writer's like, Seer, Sire, Sior, whatever you want to say it like that. I don't care.
Okay.
This is a fantasy world. Suck a dick. It's like, all right.
It's like Mako and Mako, like for a long time.
Yeah.
I used to say
Mako?
Yeah, on Final Fantasy 7.
You know, there's one that I don't accept though, which is funny. Is people saying data instead of data, because it's one of those things where it should technically, if by the rules of English, it should be 2 T's to be data. Right?
Yeah.
It should be 2 T's. So it's just data. Some things, there's exceptions to the rules, like doxing and boxing, right? The reason why people put 2 X's a lot of times because they think you need to double it up because of the rules of English. But I'm like, no, it's like boxing. Instead of, like in the rules of English, it technically should be boxing. Bow, because it's just one thing. So
because the vowel, consonant, vowel usually gives it the hard sound.
Yeah, so you need to double things up to give it the shorter thing. But anyways, so it's just exception. So people say data a lot, and I'm like, it's supposed to be data.
So I say bicycle now.
Data. Please say data. Please say data.
Data is right, and
it sounds better to me.
I say data most. There's sometimes where like a conversation, like if a sentence, I feel like sentences sound better sometimes if you say data, but it's like very rare.
I say bicycle now, actually, because I think it's funny. People get mad at it.
Yeah, that makes me mad. Please go. No, I don't want to think about that
My bicycle, my tricycle.
Okay. It's Emma flexing being a day one listener like a Destiny veteran flexes playing the D1 beta while sharing an opinion. Tom Sweeney crushing elderly Hispanic ladies like soda cans because they accidentally said Negro. The color around him. Negro.
Me and my suegra.
How dare you
slamming
say
a nun,
Negro?
slamming a nun with Hulk Hogan's crusty hot dog legs. Streaming with a VTuber avatar modeled after my dead child to cope with the trauma.
Venereal disease is real.
Gay hole fister by Gain.
How dare you say venereal disease is what happened? What happened,
so
Chris?
dumb. It's so dumb.
What happened?
Gay hole fister by Gain. Instead of Hey Soul Sister by Train.
I would have never figured that out.
No, that was terrible.
I never would have figured that out.
He wrote it in parentheses.
Yeah.
He wanted to make sure we figured it out.
Because there's no way I would have put that.
Gay hole fister. It's so insane.
So stupid.
I also somehow feel like that's not the first time I've heard that. I don't know why.
That's very funny.
Sween reading is what racists think DEI is. That's crazy. Broly backshotting Sweeney. Sweeney is just Chris in his bizarre form. Ed Queerin. Wigs of goo. I don't know how to say that. Contemplate this on the tree of woe. Sweeney is.
Give me your ass. Give me your booty hole.
Hagen. Just beat Stevie Wonder. Just beat Stevie Wonder in a staring contest. Impossible. The new
do they have to blink? That's so stupid. It's so stupid.
That's insane. The new Irish character in Harry Potter, Ira Carbomb.
That is so stupid. That's not original at all.
Dumb as fuck.
Ira Carbomb. It's so dumb, but also clever.
Golden gay god galactic gooning gregariously.
Nice.
Gregariously? Yeah, gregariously.
Gregarious angle.
Hey, gregarious. Domination, Vaughn of the Dead, bum now with a job, still wasting $25 a month on this shit.
Thank you.
I listen to that gay Ben Shapiro verse every day.
Thank you.
Coming in July of 2025, Jake Paul versus 2 alive machine guns. Can someone rape Elon for me? Santa got molested by a reindeer, eating a Chinese robot bitch. What? Getting a Chinese robot bitch and will jam my hardware into her software. Hassan canonically banging Asmongold to create anti-Semitic roaches. God's hottest femboy fucking a straight man. Very good. To boldly scream the N-word. Oh. Will Graham pissing in Hannibal's mouth and giving him a piss cake. Dough penis. Go shout at a Clint Homer, you cunt. Death. Jack the world's fastest Maori. Epic butt battles of history. nearly made me piss myself. Thank you. I've definitely thought about Cum, Big Meaty Stinks, Kid Flash. I've traumatized Derek.
I have. It's so funny. Like, I want to do it to you, but I can't reach over there fast enough to eat.
Like, he's like,
I'm looking for your hand. I'm
yeah,
like,
he's like, because I've been cutting to him every time he takes a bite.
yeah, no, I'm just like,
Any man whose handies are now S tier
can't
dandy.
get there
Kid Flash
fast
as an
enough.
adult. Kid Flash as an adult is still referred to as Kid Flash. Christopher Maldonado.
No, he's not.
No,
he's not.
I mean, if he refers to him that way, then he is.
Technically, someone is, but not unanimously. Literally call Wally West Wally West.
This is why it blows my mind that there's ever an argument. It's like, well, no one's stupid enough to believe that. Clearly, there's at least one.
yeah.
So what you say right now is I still refer to him as Kid Flash. That's how you describe things correctly.
Well,
that nigga's a retard.
He would, and then I would, but then
and you're retarded in tangential.
No, but then I would say, but then he would say I refer to him as. So I would say he's still referred to as Kid Flash.
Yes, there you go.
And that would make it correct.
Yes, there you go.
If you do the accent, I will. If you don't do the accent, I will sue you. The blacker the penis, the sweeter the jizz. I don't know what this is.
The blacker the penis, the sweeter the jizz. I said the darker the pussy and the darker the kids. Ooh, child. I played gangsta and I got killed at a really young age. Ooh, child, I wasn't hood, but I thought I was hood.
I'm crazy how am I wearing a Tupac shirt right now.
Ooh, child, I played the East Coast and then somebody put a gun in my fucking bag. Ooh, child, it's sad he died like that. He
Heat
didn't have
Smoker
to.
is going off to
Film
Vegas.
it.
Gids, RFK personally wants to put a worm between
Suck
Sween's
me.
tooth gap.
That really sucks. I feel bad because he was a good dude,
Squirtward.
but like he played gangster, man. Don't play gangster when you're not gangster.
Could have just been fucking philosopher and wanted to do thug life.
Squirtward breaking Trump appoints Kid Rock to lead Department of Foreign Affairs.
That would suck. Yeah, that doesn't sound surprising.
No.
That would be terrible.
Hey, man, we're fucked. Everyone's just too scared of us doing anything right now anyway. So like,
Evil
leave
Derek,
it as that.
Evil Derek is called specific white woman.
Evil Derek wouldn't that be nega?
Nega Derek.
Yeah. People like evil Tom Sweeney loves the gays.
Dalali,
You know?
ooh dalali, golly, what a gay. Ding dong's penis heads are coming. Kevin Durant's feet. Dr. Manlove, or how I learned to stop worrying and love the cock. Fuck you, I ain't paying what? Fuck you, I ain't paying my TV license, bitch. Mr. Pants, I want to see Ben Shapiro get gang raped by clowns.
Whoa.
That's funny.
That is next level. Oh,
Your penis is very funny.
you got a funny penis.
It's funny, silly.
Your penis should do stand up.
You know I'm Jewish, right?
You should put your penis on Joe Rogan's podcast. It's so good. I bet he'd have really good.
Before you answer, put a yarmulke on your penis.
And put a yarmulke on your penis. Go improv.
No, I can suck it fine. Yeah.
Go improv on Joe Rogan's podcast with Mark Norman.
That's insane.
Fuckface, unstoppable.
Dragons are real.
Softly in the background. Dragons are real.
The fucking ice wall fucking theory. That shit is so cool. I wish it was real.
A lot of these crazy people have a really great idea for fiction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a shame.
If these people would just
if they
funnel
harness
the right way.
If they harness their creativity into like creating these worlds instead of trying to
the problem
prove that they're real,
Right.
it would be so cool.
They don't have people that have the intelligence, like the imagination now to create something like that. Don't have the intelligence to be like, oh, I should put it in this direction. Because now when people have that mentality, they get echo chambered about a bunch of thousands of other fucking chimps that have like that. It's like, yeah, maybe the ice world is real. It's like, no, that shit is a cool ass idea. Of dragons and shit being just along a bend of the world, but it's like, no, man.
The thing that upsets me is that the ones at the top, they realize at a certain point that all the shit that they know is fake, and then they just keep saying it because they're getting paid too much money. The thing is like, oh, here, funnel money to go to the ice wall, to go down. You can go to Antarctica. Fucking Jay Weinberg, Max Weinberg's son, just did a trip to fucking Antarctica. And you could do it. And then they just don't because they're getting paid too lucratively at a certain point.
All they would do is just like make them realize, it's not.
Yeah, it's not real. That's what happened.
You can't get beyond the ice wall because of the Jews.
That's what
the Jews
Alex
and
Jones
weather
started doing.
machines.
Alex Jones started doing that shit. He was like, "Oh, we're gonna take back the country," and then everyone's like, "Let's do it, we're ready." And he's like, "Oh, hold on a second. and then he would just do a new episode. Hey, everybody, I didn't say anything like that last time I was going. And then 3 months later, we're getting ready to take back the... And then he's like, oh, no, never mind, I'm just kidding. Yeah. And then I was like,
Why are they suing me so much? I didn't do anything.
Why are they suing me?
I'm going to ask Onion if I can have Infowars.
Yeah.
If I at least be its new host.
Can I have it? Cardboard Pie, long-time question asker, first-time listener. That's insane.
My name is Derek Jones.
We suck you a very penis. We suck you a very penis. We suck you a very penis, whether bi or gay queer. Jolly old dipshit. World's best fellatio bot. Sloptimus Prime. Saggy pussy lips. Sometimes I dry swallow pills to remind myself I'm stronger than most people. Talking about being a bad omen for Jack and then immediately bringing up Destiny before the leaks. That is funny. David Bowie, gayness, man. I'm so gay. Oh, gayness. Man, I am so gay. Gayness. I'm fucking the ass of different men. Guys may gape me, but I can gape guys.
Oh, Chris, Marissa told me you have the same birthday.
Really?
Yeah.
Marissa Tomei?
Yeah.
I know Jay-Z has my birthday too.
Oh, yeah.
But
Pretty star-studded birthday, man.
that's a weird one. Marissa Tomei, I feel like I'm surprised that I didn't know that. I love Marissa Tomei. Sweeney catching a bullet with his tooth gap.
God damn.
Man, they're really hammering in. Chaozu's wife isn't canon and is a doll. At the door, I can't escape it. I'm probably Smitchy the kid, she pipkin on my pippa. Sweeney grunts like Shannon Sharp when he gets out of bed. Sweeney flosses with his own piss. I'm here just so I don't get killed. Street out pre-K. Silly black named Nice Cube. Star Coffee. I'm white, but my dad left after going to prison twice. Can I say it? Hello. Chris was right. American Dad is pretty funny. Roger's not as annoying as you say I am. Transform Gremlin. Yush Sween is just Derek in his Zarbon monster form.
So
Put that down.
Derek, put that down. That's a Zarbon monster form of me.
I'm going to finish what I started.
That Zarbon monster form is crazy. Republicans actually running Weinstein Republicans actually running Weinstein Cosby for the 2028 ticket. Craig the Canadian verily said the molester. It's your boy Shawnee D, Cerberus Agent 267. Thanks to you fuckers, Comedy Shorts Gamer sounds wrong to me. I love that. Getting jerked off to completion by an arcade claw machine. I paid like $500 and it was not worth it. 3XO watching Destiny blow air into Nick Fuentes' dick until the balls pop.
See, they're onto it. They know it's good.
Chris walking in on Sween coming on Raising Canes and Lily in the corner stuck in a K-hole. I don't know what K-hole is. Slurping, stroking, smoking, joking, emoticons going like this.
Texas toast, actually. I've been craving that shit.
Texas toast would be good.
Da Vinci.
If Dragon Ball was dubbed today, Goku and Chi-Chi likely would have had southern accents. I don't know what that means. I don't know. I don't know what that means. I really have no idea.
Sure though, I'd be okay with that.
Flyleaf's second album, Memento Mori, is way better than their first album. Would recommend. Obi-Wan should blow me. Waiting for the Sween hunting tier. I want his pelt. Kremlin to Gremlin. 50 Cent to 50 Cent. Blood in my piss. Mr. Beast blinding kids. Phallus in chain. Oh, Mr. Beast blinding kids. Phallus in chains. Be like I believe them boners are in me. Becoming devoutly Mormon for that more mussy.
More mussy. Nice.
Widening Kingston's tooth gap to make him look extra gay-tarded. Wage Slave 583. Papini Brothers report J.D. Vance has sexual relations with Cherry from Pee-wee's Playhouse. Donk Donkerson. Oi, you a good cunt and come bouncing the cock in the back of me, Boogie de Beppo. Gade 6. PP Chronic Masticator. I'm fat.
Do you want some coffee, sir? Sure.
Do you guys ever worry about when posting a comment on YT that it might not be even visible because you guys use the no-no word? I've noticed this. I actually noticed this years ago when I comment on people's YouTube videos. It doesn't. I'm like shadow banned in that way. I used to not be, and like I noticed that like every time I would comment on like people that I know, by the way, like people who would like interact with my stuff, no likes at all, which is like. I'm not expecting like thousands of likes, but
Maybe they
certainly,
just don't like. Maybe they just don't like
certainly
you.
3.
And you're probably one of the many people that have like one of those check marks.
Yeah, I
things
am.
across-
Yeah. So I'm like, something's up.
Maybe they don't like you, Chris.
I doubt that.
You should probably think about it a little harder.
No.
I refuse to accept people may not like me. Fuck that.
No, it's not about like I believe that that's probably fair, but like it just doesn't like the law of averages doesn't make sense. Like it makes no sense that comment wouldn't be noticed by at least 2 other people.
Right.
You know, even just a reply that says "Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah.
You know, like not even that. It's weird. It makes no sense.
What do you think, Ravenous Sween? Oh, you don't say.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Fascinating.
I hate that, Derek. I hate how much fun you're having with it.
I just can't. I can't properly express how much I love this.
He's really gonna get a kick out of seeing this. I think.
It's just. I wish something. I would way rather this happen than when that Rip Marcus thing happened. I'd way rather have a fucked up sketch of me that looks like me, but
not you.
not me. It's gorgeous. There's something so fucking magical about this to me.
Yeah. Yu Haktua.
You hugged. So stupid.
Terrible. Me Be Fishy. John Strickland. Mercs 1889. Call me the child left behind because that bush got me acting stupid.
Nice.
That's pretty good. Yeah. The first church of Keith David introducing the newest blonde Caucasoid podcast member, Thomas Sweden. Sween's gap in his teeth has its own social security number.
That was weak.
That's a weak one.
That was weak. The floss with piss
Area
is
code
something
maybe, but even that's kind of weak.
the piss one is the funny.
The piss one's
so
the
far.
funny, yeah.
That's a good one.
I can't wait.
The Zarbon one is good too.
I can't wait for the next Baldur's Gate 3 update to fuck Astarion's tight hole again while Will watches. Pre-Roz, spread your cheeks so I can shit in your ass. Blake896, Radiohead, nice peen. Bob Breyer
People
really
didn't like
tweeted.
Will, apparently.
Bob Breyer really
Will's good.
tweeted the word tranny and then fucking died. Props to Sween for the Steez shout out.
The fuck was that?
The Steez, the capital Steez or like the dance?
Capital Steez, it says Steez.
Oh yeah, capital Steez. Okay, yeah, fucking great rapper. Unfortunately, rest in peace.
Alaskan Oilfield Trash. Kazuhira.
He wasn't up there. Joey Baz wasn't up there, which is crazy for that fucking top 50.
Yeah, there's too many people that are unaware of him, and that's crazy to me. But it is a thing. Most people have no idea.
Rock
he even
Marcano's
exists.
up there, and Joey isn't up there, and it's like, what?
It's yeah. I feel like
No JID either. It's like, what is happening? Like, what do you mean? What are you doing? What do you mean?
Kazuhira, most of MGS5 is Filler Miller.
got to fire up a stream and do your own.
Texas Tater Salad.
I would get locked. I'd get locked in like.
Steve Urkel
Where do I go?
viciously
Best
raping. Steve Urkel viciously raping ET for science. Tickle my ass hairs. Jay Leno sounds more like Animal Crossing guy. Nikki Ziggy.
That's why that happened. The raping. We were go home, Steve. He's like, no, I'm gonna keep raping ET.
I forgot about that.
That is so stupid. I feel like giving ET some
I told you to stop raping ET. Urkel.
Carl's like,
Why would I do that?
why would I do that?
Paul Joseph Watson's hands here. We have consumed the body. You're next. Preheated toast. Sorry, Miss Jackson. Badly brave. Seriously black. Aetherian. Orange Man Hunter. Nafram. Melphis one. And wrapping out our list, as always, King of Haphazard. Oh, I'm out of here. That is insane.
Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
You think his music went up or down on the charts?
Bye.
Later, skater.